Hello, everyone, and welcome to Grey in the Dark, a noir game. My name is Philip, and I'm the Noir Master C, and surrounding me are a bunch of hep cats ready to get into the smooth, gray scale tones of our morally ambiguous adventure here in the city of San Termino. How's everyone doing this rainy California night?
Doing awesome.
It's not rainy, but it just...
I was like, wait, what?
I'm visualizing.
It says clear on my
I
screen.
know it's not raining. I just want it to feel like it's raining. Like there's a pitter patter. Yeah. Hi everybody. I'll stop talking in that weird way, and instead we'll just dive into this game here. Got a few things to do before that with my little checklist because I'm so prepared. I want to say thanks to Haley97 and Gamer Girl Gaming Stuff for subscribing to the channel. I also want to thank Musky for being subscribed for 3 months, and to Book and Dagger for being subscribed for 11 months, which is a segue into saying we've almost had this channel for a year, which is kind of crazy. Because that means people have been subscribing for 12 months, which will just be wild. So, yeah, I think that actually is like the first, I think this game here is going to have some kind of like anniversaries like that. I believe it is a Tuesday that the 1 year anniversary falls. So you guys will get me talking about that on whatever day that is. And like, I'll tear up. I probably won't tear up. I'll
get my tissues ready.
I'll suck on an onion, or I'll rub an onion in my eyes and then pop back onto screen.
You should just like throw pepper in your nose so that you sneeze several times, and that will for sure make you cry.
I feel like none of these are good ideas, actually.
Well,
We didn't say we were talking about good ideas. We said we were talking about ideas. What
All
about?
right.
I can do, yeah. I don't know.
Or you could just use eye drops.
Or I could be tough and cool and not cry at all. And everyone will respect me more. They'll be like, that's someone.
Always how that works, yes.
Oh my god. Let's move on to just anything else. I'm gonna open up my calendar. This calendar's almost over. I should have even mentioned this probably last night to them. Yes. This is the last time you will see this calendar, except for many times when it's just sitting behind me. We open up box 22. There's only 23 and 24 left after this. Box 22 holds the wonders within. The wonders called a D8 that is gold and doesn't have a symbol as the 8. I rolled a 7 with it, which would have been good enough.
You take it. You take the 7.
There were times where opening that calendar on stream was really exciting, and by the end it's just like, all right.
It's another thing.
Check it off the old list.
Who's got all the dice?
Did you know that they call them listicles, like BuzzFeed? Like you make an article that's list and they call it a listicle?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I like that. I'd prefer a different nomenclature.
Yeah,
I
it
don't like a lot
sounds
of
wrong.
things that come from
in some
BuzzFeed.
way, I don't know why.
Because it sounds like testicle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very simple
Yeah,
why it
that
sounds wrong.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, we don't have to fear not. We have it figured out. All right, well,
Thanks for giving me the
in
etymology
that
on
case,
that.
let's do a quick recap of what's been going on here in our beautiful sort of gray fantasy world here, devoid of all color. Several individuals were present at the alley, a bar in Little Trachaloy, when it was shot up by some frickin' elves. This group fought back against the elves and then kind of found themselves in a loose alliance to try to determine why they were subjected to such an attack. Dominic, a half-orc who owned, or sort of who I should say runs this bar on behalf of the family. Say hello, Dominic.
Hello.
Dominic sort of enlisted the aid of two of these figures, one being Duchess Contessa, a painted, say hey Duchess,
Hi.
as well as Luminus, a dragonborn. There we go. Yep, cool. Anyone wants to pick up on this trend whenever you can. In addition, other individuals were present as well, and as the sort of investigation into things continued, it became clear to most of these people that the target of this mission seemed to be Leo, a mannequin, Sha'Nehl, a mannequin, as well as a rat folk named Scrakk, Brakkim, all of whom seem to have some strange sort of connections maybe to the military and things like this that they were being a little cagey about. The group investigated this. They discovered a body. They went to a train station. Scrakk disappeared. Sha'Nehl disappeared. The group tried to find Sha'Nehl. Instead, they met a tiefling. Now they like the tiefling. A lot of stuff's going on. Eventually, Dominic sort of led this group after another lead, his former employee, Zipgun the Brickborn, who seemed to have been trying to kill Dominic himself when he gave him a poisoned candy bar. As well as Dominic suspects, a bunch of poisoned candy that he'd brought for a young lad named Nov, whose mother Cynthia works at the alley. Chasing down this Brickborn, the group went to the Sweet Feather Parlor, where they watched some sky elves doing an sort of erotic burlesque show. They then found Aldir O'Leary, the elf who it was told was sort of responsible for this attack. He was being guarded by a very competent elf named Molly, one who Dom recognized was kind of the elfish equivalent of being maid, as it is for orcs. Molly sort of allowed the group to actually ask some questions of Aldir, seemingly because she also was kind of curious what it is he had been up to. Aldir explained that it was, in fact, Tascia Brunotti, a name that both Leo and Sha'Nehl kind of knew, and that is who, in fact, even asked them to meet at the alley. And he implicated her as the one who had arranged this hit on them. The group at this point sort of were escorted out by Molly, having heard as much as she wanted to hear. Thanks to some previous investigations, they think they know where Tascia is. They think she's out in Million Oaks. They also discovered a dead tune in her apartment, so clearly she's mixed up in something. Sha'Nehl, however, at this point revealed that she, Leo, and Scrakk had all been connected to Project Skipbleach, the event that ended the war and drained all the color from the world. This was a pretty major revelation. So major, in fact, that Luminus chose not to go back to the fancy safe house where Leo and Sha'Nehl had been staying. Instead, he asked Duchess if he could crash on her couch. She said yes, but she'd ask to ask her husband. Hijinks ensued, both because first because they went and met a totally normal inked. His name is Jerry Jigglehouse. Don't worry about what he was wearing. Don't worry about what he does to people.
I've literally blocked that out because every time you mention it, I'm just like, oh shit, that's right. But that really shouldn't be something I've forgotten. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, you want all that intel, and you want to know about Toots the Tortoise, and you want, AKA Shelly. She works different jobs, different places, has different names. She's another lead for you. So the group at this point, Luminus did meet Duchess's husband, and Luminus may have got some insight into maybe Duchess's wedding photo. Whether or not he shares that with the group, we'll leave that undiscussed at present.
I also ate the last through their cake.
You also did eat the last of the cake, as well as the mold that's been just clinging to an agonizing, near-death state in their freezer. So you did that one.
The sweet release of death.
The sweet, literally, release of death. So, all of that fun stuff has happened. And we are now, you have leveled up because you succeeded in one of the milestones, which was just kind of talk to Aldir and get the bar repaired. Accomplish anything. And in fact, we are going to start the next morning. If anybody here wanted to do anything before going to the alley, just raise your hand, and we'll sort of get to that in a moment. Otherwise, if you're all cool to kind of reconvene at the alley the next morning, we'll jump there. So we will actually begin at the alley. Dominic.
I do have a question. Not that I want to do something.
Please.
I know that Shelly, we established that Shelly was someone that just would have heard of at the very least, if not really known. Because she's famous. You said she like kind of fell off the grid, right? Or like she wasn't. Like the lack of color made her less popular in like movies, so she.
Okay, so there's, and I'm sorry for how many names there are in these things, so I will clarify.
Irene the Iron.
Irene the Iron is the
right.
person who probably
yeah.
is it. Shelly is someone who occasionally.
You gave me really important information through someone called Jerry Jigglehouse that I have successfully blocked out. So this kind of isn't my fault.
It's all good. No, yes, and I will.
Shelly was the friend. Yeah.
I will. Yes, exactly. And I'll. Luminus seems to have it, but also I will reiterate it because Duchess would remember this, even if KJ is incapable of doing so, without having to scratch. Okay. So. Well, no. In the context, what I've given you, I've couched it in such a way that the knowledge feels itchy. So.
Yeah, just scratch your head a couple times.
Don't use that. Oh, don't say itchy.
I
Say
will
it now, I have
leave.
to. So, with that, the point being, yes, it is Irene the Iron is the person who you think was maybe, that may be like the bigger person who's involved in this, but someone who knew Dottie more recently is this person who's called
Okay,
Toots
so
the
it's
Tortoise.
Dottie to Shelly to Irene. Is the the chain of.
It's more like Dottie and Shelly, and then probably Irene up somewhere.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm good.
If you're, I don't think you're asking about a hierarchy, but yeah, it would be more of that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
because
It
Shelly's
was
just
more
a
just
friend.
like a chain of like, what is like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon? Like I was. Yeah.
Sure.
6 degrees of Jerry Gigolo.
6 degrees of Jerry Jigglehouse. Not a game anyone wants to play.
We're gonna go season 4 of Sherlock. We're just gonna remember it as a dog.
There you go. So, with that,
Forgot about that.
we are going to open outside of the alley, Dominic, as you see, God, it's kind of unsettling, but it cannot be said that they don't do good work, even though they're better at taking it down. Dominic, you're sort of staring there, and there actually is a bit of a crowd formed as the 4 gremlins who have been sent over here
Gremlins.
are continuing their fabrication to repair the front of your building using fine magic. One of the gremlins sort of says to you, "Are you sure you don't want us to improve? You just want do you want fancier than you don't? We can make very fancy windows."
No offense, little gremlin, but I'm not quite sure we have the same definition of improved, so please just restore it to its original.
We show you. He's just like, you want elvish style, dwarvish style.
Does he have a catalog?
He's like, you can make any, or you draw. We
It's
make.
like color swatches for you.
There are no color swatches, and if there are, Duchess is going to go to that company and figure out what the fuck
It's
is
just
going
like
on.
all shades of gray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
It's all
initiate here.
gray
We can
swatches.
do. You are of Tracheloid. You want? We do. If you can. We did not bring marble, but we can do faux marble columns.
But bulletproof style.
Well, we are repairing. We can. It will be wood and brick.
Just return it to its original.
Does bulletproof exist? Like here now?
Probably
Can you
bulletproof
really
glass
thick
is
walls?
not a thing yet. It would
Yeah.
more just be you'd make it out of thicker walls, yeah. So in fact, Dominic, and then you watch as they kind of do whatever sketches you've done, and Ambrose is just sitting out there. It takes about literally 10 minutes for multiple of them working. Your front wall has been completely repaired. Looks nicer than it had before. Dominic, you do, however, notice that a lot of people are watching this, and like just kind of in town here, like across the street, are like whispering about a bunch of gremlins being here, as if it is weird.
Yeah, it's pretty weird to me too. How often do I see gremlins around Little Trachaloy?
Around Little Trachaloy, probably not too frequently. Well, actually, no. I'll take that back. You might see. There's not that many gremlins just even in town, but there are areas of. Yeah, they probably would be. No, they'd mostly be in the Biscuit. Okay, so yeah, you don't see them too much. They're in a different part of town.
Okay.
So yeah, it's but like a lot of kind of the orcs of Little Trachaloy are like, what's going on here? And in fact, as you're sort of, as you're looking, you do notice one sort of larger orc kind of is passing like kind of through the crowd, carrying like a bundle under his arm, like he just bought some meat or something from one of the butchers in the area, but he's kind of looking over. This is Murillo Bue, who's kind of just looking at it, and if you catch his eye, he'll kind of give you a
Brother.
Are you calling him
worry.
over?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
he came all the way over here, right?
No, he's like on the other side of the street, but if he sees you, he's like, he kind of just nods, like, I see you're putting together. But you can absolutely.
No, I'm not calling
him
him out. I'm just simple salute, and yeah, I thought he was walking over here.
He'll just kind of he'll
tip of the hat.
He'll make his way, and
making his way downtown.
Making my way, yeah. He
Not
will.
again.
Not again.
He will head on, and but I think it's the implication is he's kind of saying, well, okay, you're taking care of it, so maybe you were right not to go to the boss, that sort of thing.
Right. Don't worry, I have it under control. Just needed to talk to some people. Yeah,
he's so he kind of he seems to think perhaps you're okay. Oh, I have to roll for Chaos Monster. Where are you?
What?
You've not seen Jumpin' Gianna. Not seen her since yesterday. Ambrosia hasn't seen her either.
What was yesterday when she went after a cab for some reason? I forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in the
Yeah,
morning,
but she came back. And
She
passed
came
out,
back
right?
after that, whistling and cleaning her knife like it was a great day, and then you guys left, and then you tried to call her, and Ambrosia was like, "Oh, she's gone."
It was a busy day yesterday, I'll say.
I would check your crates.
And Ambrosia is here, and Ambrosia has shown 0 initiative. You also hear a voice kind of saying a little like kind of like that sharp way that it will happen, just going like Nov. And any of you kind of like in the area, you do notice that kind of like Cynthia's like doing like the snap, like get back here, as Nov has been kind of just like watching these gremlins kind of like make stuff, and one of the gremlins actually like just as Nov's being called away, like saw the boy and started kind of just like while repairing all of your like wood and crown molding, just kind of started making like a small wooden horse out of the crown molding, and then just kind of like snapped it off, like, and like was gonna hand it to Nov, and then Nov is running back in, and he goes, and he just kind of sticks it back into the wall and just congeals back in the way it goes. Yes, so Nov.
Fabricate is a pretty high level magic, right?
It's high level magic. Make an Arcana
Level
check
5
for
or
me,
so.
Dominic.
+0. All right, let's see what the dice say. Fabrication, 3. This looks way beyond my level. This is some 9th level stuff, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, or just these magic people. They just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Who cares? Whatever. You could still you are confident you could punch all 4 of these gremlins.
I mean, I have no doubt about that.
Yeah. So like Nov, Gremlin almost makes Nov a toy, and it's like, okay, never mind. And Cynthia then kind of like is kind of just saying to you, Dom, I'm sorry, he's just curious.
No worries.
And in fact, another one of the gremlins kind of finishing up, and here goes in and begins just kind of looking at all your walls, and just repairing your walls of all the bullet holes inside, repairing your bar front, kind of just putting everything back to how it was.
Is the onion still sleeping in the same corner?
No, he's sleeping in a different corner. Come Oh, also these unless you stop them, this gremlin who's come in is even cleaning up that corner that Zip Gun had made such a mess in with all of his previous bullet holes. He's just assuming it's all the same. So unless you're stopping him from that, he'll just kind of clean those boards up too.
I'll let them do their thing.
The bloodstains too, right? Don't forget that bloodstain.
Yeah.
Nah,
he's-
bloodstains aren't part of the
I can-
bullet holes. They don't clean that up. They need a mop, not fabricate.
Would you see a blood stain? Like this isn't even me being bitter about the lack of color. I just mean like this whole place is like brick and shit, right? And if there's
But it would be
blood.
a different color and like have you ever seen like a water stain where it's like you can tell that there's like some the shade is
I
different. in a
guess
place?
I just feel like in
The
a
different
grayscale
coloration.
thing, it's a lot harder to see.
Oh, it definitely is. Oh, believe me,
Okay.
everyone has been saving money on like cleaning and laundry and stuff in this
Ew,
era.
Ew. No, too much, too far. No. Ah,
Good smell.
That is a bachelor's dream there.
We'll get to it.
We could it
No,
didn't
we
take away
won't.
its sense of
Stop.
smell.
You just pour some Febreze and you're good.
the point is
Axe body spray.
post skip bleach everything's Axe. Or I think Lynx as they call it in the UK. So as this sort of process continues, Dominic, it's still in the morning and you know the people who are watching kind of have either gotten bored but been replaced by other crowd. Nove is just like behind the bar, just like kind of irritated. His mom's snapping at him sort of more than usual.
All right.
She just seems very frustrated by she's just like
What's going on? What's going on, Cynthia?
Oh, I'm just Nove, work on your reading. And she'll kind of, ask you if you, to step aside with you or whatever, kind of out of his hearing.
Sure.
She'll just say, "No, I'm glad this is all going, but you think Zipgun was trying to poison him?"
Well, he tried to poison me, and if I have to assume if he's trying to clean up, then we're all witnesses, right? But that's all water under the bridge. The people who tried to kill us, we've come to an understanding. We're all good.
Sorry, again, question.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sure it wasn't just really, 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 really old bad candy.
It was
No
fresh
one has
candy
done
bar.
any investigation on
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I thought we did.
You have
I mean,
somebody-
Dominic ate some, and Dominic knew his candy was poison because he ate another bite and spit it out.
Okay.
You have 3 pieces of the candy that was brought to Nove. I think Dominic, you took the rest of that bag, so you still have that somewhere. No one has opened any of those, or investigated them or inspected them or anything. But yeah, she seems very just worried, and she says, but you don't know where Zipgun is, right? I mean,
No. We're still looking for him.
I mean, if we're not safe here, if Nove's not safe here, I don't want to be here.
That is rough. I can't really say what everyone's goals were. I mean, I know why the bar was shot up. That's all handled. As for Zipgun, thought he was working with the O'Leary. Huh. Point taken. Well, oh well. Bar's done. Bar's fixed. We're all good. No need to worry anymore.
Cynthia just kind of like nods and just kind of walks back in. She looks over to Ambrosia, who takes no initiative. Part of the problem here is that one of the people who probably was most aggressively like present in a way where it seemed like they would take some initiative to keep her safe was Zipgun. He'd always bring the kid treats, so he's nice to the kid, nice to her. Dominic, you even if are you proficient in insight, Dominic?
No.
No,
I have +1, but I'm not proficient.
Yeah, I'll think it'll be the +1 in enough time. You suspect Zipcode, was a little sweet on Cynthia, just because, she was there. But he's, so she's feeling like, like the person, like if he was still here, even if things were hot, but now the idea that he's trying to kill her kid is just really, she seems very shaken.
Yeah.
But Dominic's like, it's all good, so the rest of you are all here. We'll say that you're all kind of standing there now. She has stepped away.
All right. Well then, I've got to go to work now, so you all can just hang out. We're all good.
Are we here?
You're all here, yes. You're all present
All
for
right.
this. You all saw the gremlins. The gremlins are they're still finishing up, but...
Oh, Leo, Sha'Nehl, you've come back, huh? I mean,
I believe we may have some explaining to do, all of you. Now that the proverbial cat is out of the bag.
Didn't the saying go proverbial goblin out of the bag?
I'm not quite sure. I think that one is more racist, so I try not to use it.
is this about that whole conspiracy with Skip Bleach and all of that?
Yes.
Are you guys having this conversation inside the bar? Are you waiting for the gremlins to be gone?
I'd like to. I would wait until the gremlins would leave, and I've kind of.
Right.
Then we'll
gather
say
people
this
together
is
to
happening
bar.
once the gremlins have gone.
Boss, quick question.
Sure.
Did you say Skip Bleach conspiracy?
I mean, it smells like a conspiracy. People getting shot for no reason to hide something. We found.
What do you think
bunch of dead
happened to all the
bodies.
color?
No,
Possibly
I'm not calling Skip
sabotage.
Bleach a false flag operation. I'm calling this that thing happened 2 days ago.
Oh,
That conspiracy.
sorry, boss. Sorry about that. I haven't had my morning martini. That's on me. So
Morning Martini.
sorry about
And
that.
sure enough, she'll mix you one up and
But you know,
Please.
Duchess
all
will
these Skip Bleach
Duchess will say
denialists.
thank you, accept the drink, bring it to her lips, but not drink.
oh, understood.
But, you know, those Skip Bleach denialists, those people.
There was never
The world
color.
has always been black and white. Yeah, there was never color.
You guys are suffering from a mass
collective
hallucination that there was
hallucination,
ever
yeah.
something called color.
Oh God,
There's a group out there that believes that, I bet.
that
Oh,
has to be.
No, there
100%.
absolutely is a group that believes that. You made me.
The gradientists or something.
the gradient.
Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying?
I was wondering if you all wouldn't mind stepping into a more private location so I could
Sure.
discuss
sure.
this with you.
Let's head over to our business room, and I'll lead them to the back room where
Oh yes, the
Leo and
torture room,
Sha'Nehl
I'm
was
very-
torturing.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't a torture room until you guys did the torturing in there.
Well, to be fair, it was not me who did the torturing. It was Leona, and I tend to shy away from that distasteful stuff.
How is Leona, by the way?
Well, I mean, I could bring her out. If
Yeah, I
you'd
think that
like.
would be great. Yeah, I would like to talk with her.
All right, just one sec. Hello. What's up? You want
Nothing.
something? Well, all right. I'm gonna go back inside my head now.
Mhm, yeah.
So I had things I wanted to tell all of you about, since it seems like you've all been dragged into our mess.
I mean,
Now we're all in the room now, right?
You're
Yep.
all in the back room.
All right. Well,
did Onion clean up the bloodstains at all? Is it still there? No, he did not. Onion. All right.
And it is
Proceed.
it is just the five of you. Like Ambrosia's in the main room, I assume. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
of the three of me, I, Leopold, was the only one directly involved in the project Skip Bleach. I was involved in the earlier machinations of the project, although I was removed, so to speak, long before it came to its conclusion, became what it was. I'm as in the dark as you all are as to what ended up happening with the final project, but it seems that's because of my involvement and Sha'Nehl's involvement, which was also peripheral, I believe.
Did you propose it?
No, I was brought on as a mind to consult on the warping of reality through magics. I was a powerful sorcerer in my day, a wizard, but
I find that hard to believe.
I never would have. Well, I mean, I don't like to brag, so I don't heave it out in the open. I was an archmage, but I never would have signed on for what the project became. Part of my, I've been looking for answers as to how it ended up the way it did. I'm afraid I can't share anything with you. I've found nothing.
So you don't know who the head of the project was?
Well, I knew who the head of the project was, but it's not exactly easy. You can't just walk up to him and be like, "Hello, why did you destroy color? Why did you rip color out of the multiverse?"
And not with that attitude, you can't.
Well, I suppose not, but not with most attitudes. In fact, the clearance is very high.
Wait, so who was the head?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. There's some general. The thing is,
Alcaves?
no. Well, the thing is, the head of the project he wasn't exactly involved in the science. He kind of just was like, "All right, you do the thing." So I'm not sure who in the project was really in charge of. By the time I was gone, who was in charge of really finalizing the project?
All right.
Well, that was Halia. She was the one who initiated the final act and died in the process.
Who?
And now my understanding is that she made the colors go away because it might have not been necessary.
All right.
This is
The
what
colors were not necessary?
yes, losing colors was not the plan. But Halia supposedly did something. At least that's what is Brunotti said.
But that is why we're looking.
What
for
was
Tashi.
supposed to happen?
If I knew that, I'd tell you.
Well, I actually, this is a thing you probably even at this stage would have known they were working on it, and I would say Sha'Nehl. So Sha'Nehl, if you explain what the original plan was, I'll provide that because I think it was written, but I know it's very complicated. The idea is that because of the incredible color-based magic that the other side was using, the plan was not to get rid of color. The plan was to kind of basically like lessen the intensity of all color. A skip bleach is a real thing from film where you basically don't completely bleach away all of the silver from the film, so you wind up with a black and white image on top of a color image, so everything's a little bit washed out. So you still have the color, it just would all look like Minority Report.
Saturation.
Yeah, it would just kind of be desaturated, but would not be black and white. So the plan was that they were going to mute the power of the other side. They were going to put this like superimposition, this lessening of all the color on top of it, and that was supposed to kind of like just like dampen their power for a time. They thought it might have been permanent, but they did not think it. They thought maybe it would go away after a while as well, and everything would eventually go back to normal. But it wouldn't have even been black and white. It would have just been like muted. That was the original plan. That's what Project Skip Bleach was meant to be. Now, no one present here. If Scrakk were here, he could speak to it. And Leo, you maybe purposefully were not implicating Scrakk as having been another one of the architects of this, but you knew Scrakk in life, and he super was. So
he definitely super duper was.
Are you sharing that with the group, or are you kind of keeping that from them?
I would say he was involved, but I won't say how involved.
Perfect. So the idea here is that what Sha'Nehl is now suggesting is that the person who set it off to defeat the other side changed it at the last minute, and that Brunoti has been claiming she didn't have to do that. Like, there's no reason for her. She could have just activated it. Why did she have to do it? Yeah, that's the idea.
That's why we've been looking for Tasha, because she might have answers that we don't. So-
Okay.
I still
So
find it
just to
ridiculous.
make sure I understand your story, you're saying some gal named Talia.
Tasha.
I'll put this in. I'm gonna put this into
Halia.
Twitch.
Halia,
chat.
Halia.
Halia
Okay.
Zennington is that person. I'll put that into.
Talia.
That is in
Good.
Twitch chat and into your chat. as well.
Another archmage, yes.
I find it
of mine.
ridiculous that
This,
like the plan was that maybe color will go back to normal.
Well, I can't speak to the
No, that's
ethics
fine. I'm
or
just saying.
causality of it. I
Morons.
wasn't on board when those decisions were made. I can assert,
Okay.
and I
That's
can assure
all.
you I would not have agreed with it.
That's all interesting and all that, but my bar's fixed. What do I care about
Right,
this
so
now?
apparently there are people who want to kill us for our involvement in a project that drained color from the multiverse. Who would have thought? So
not me.
if they know, yes, I know, you're a very reasonable young lady. But I'm just saying, if you have been implicated with us, you may be in danger. People may think you're involved as well, so I figured it was only fair that I warn you of the possibility.
Okay. I've been warned. I'll contact my family, and the two of you can just go beyond your merry way and solve all of this.
Yes, that is the plan. I suppose if any of you wanted to come with us, you're welcome to, but this is our problem to solve, so we will be looking for Tasha.
Boss, I can't help but feel like, just as a citizen of this great country we live in, it would be remiss of me to not lend a hand at all. I mean, the whole world's been affected by this, even our own dreams. I've got to do something.
You're free to do that. I just hired you a couple of days ago, so.
So I have any
speaking
like
of which-
PTO cashed in? No.
Speaking of which, boss, when do I get my wages?
Did I get my ice cream?
Let's see.
My wages.
Oh, that's right. You didn't actually put in a stamp card, did you? The time card, did you?
You didn't mention
I
such a
don't
thing.
know.
Excuse me.
Have any of you guys done start paperwork yet? I mean,
You have to
That wasn't
have
in the
a
orientation.
1099 for gangster work or
we
something.
need a photocopy of your ID.
Yeah, unfortunately, I need your like W4s and all of that before I start doing payment and all. No.
You're gonna
Fine.
tax me on this? Is that what
I'm
you're
pretty
saying?
sure all freelance gangsters require a 1099 to be filled out by
No,
their
of
employer.
course we don't require paperwork. Do you think we do paperwork on all of our goods and people?
That I was working as a
I'm
free.
not exactly up. I mean, I suppose you could.
I mean,
Yeah, how
He
organized
wants
you
his
are.
ice cream under the table.
yeah, fine. We have ice cream in there. Just take what you want whenever.
Because heat rises, so it's cooler.
We don't
under
have
the
any ice
table.
cream. The fridge was shut up until
Yeah.
I'll go
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
cooler. I'll get more. But the
This was
cooler.
established when you mentioned payment, by the way.
Alright.
We'll do some more shopping, but we don't. Oh wait, she's not in there. There's no ice cream at
Yeah,
present.
no, I would have mentioned. They mentioned there was no ice cream. What do you mean, go grab?
We'll get that eventually, but all right.
How
So
do you run this bar?
very well until you people got it all shot up. I'll say.
You hired them,
Kind
though.
of doubt that.
So
We didn't shoot it up. I never once shot at the bar. I shot at the people standing outside the bar shooting at the bar.
I'll say. Yeah. Anyway,
We do not even have guns.
I got you covered.
Well,
actually, now that I
Yeah,
think about
mhm.
it,
in her bazongas.
now that I think about it, the family actually might have something to do with this, aren't we? There was that one name within that black book, wasn't it? Il Grazioso, from what we
Yeah.
assume.
Yes, I
Indeed,
do
yes.
recall
Well,
that
the-
name.
The
Did
worst
you
thing that
ever
could.
hear back from your friend about him?
Well, that was yesterday, so.
There's still that whole
Not a
problem
whole
with
lot
your.
of time has gone
Yeah.
by.
I don't know how fast your information
There's still that whole problem with your brickborn buddy, and like.
That'll just take some time. You
Yeah,
know,
but
we're good
but
at
if-
hiding.
what if this is tied to that and The worst thing that can happen, boss, I'm just telling you now, is that they come back and they mess up your bar again.
What a pain in the ass that would be.
That would be
I
such a
would
pain.
laugh so hard.
All right, fine.
You are trying to get this man on your side. Let's just remember that.
She doesn't really understand the.
I'm trying to save you ice cream, boss. I'm just trying to save you some ice cream, okay?
You're trying to get him on your side.
I'm the one in character. I'm the one not motivated to do this, but I'm trying to find an in-character motivation to stick with the party here. That's what I'm trying to steer.
Oh well, in that case, Dominic, why don't you just give me an insight roll?
Insight roll.
Insight.
Non-nat 20. Okay.
Non 20. Dominic.
There we go.
So there's this part of you that's like, I don't need any of this. But, I mean, look.
I'm not personally affected by any of this.
Except somebody did try to kill you.
Your brickborn buddy.
And your brickborn buddy did that,
Andy.
and your brickborn buddy, and you keep going back to this. But
Did try
your
to kill a kid.
brickborn buddy, he was looking for a reason to leave. And he said, hey, can I go buy some stuff? He was on duty. He never leaves on duty. And he was like, hey, I'll buy you a candy bar. He left. He left right in time to not get shot by those guns.
Right, that is.
And then he came back and he brought something
After the carnage was done.
and almost like just in case that didn't take you out, here's this. And now there's this connection between him and that place you went and this elf has this connection to this this bugbear.
Okay.
Basically, in your heart, you want to be out, but as you really think about it, Dom,
Keep pulling me back in.
just
You're in the middle of it. Can I have an investigation on the candy, please?
Yes, yeah, the candy was brought back there, so you can take a look at it while I'm thinking of this. This whole conversation I had with Philip right now, you didn't hear it at all. Yeah. I just stopped talking and
Dominic
just started thinking about it.
I do like the idea of Dominic like mid-sentence, like, listen, all I know is my...
Just standing there, the cogs are working.
Like, yeah, you just see the little mouth.
You know, the loading bar.
I choose to imagine when Krunk is talking to his angel and demon, like he's just legitimately having this conversation and no one can like hear the rest of it.
Pull the lever, Dom. Dom lever.
Yeah, but they're actually conversing. We're like,
Sha'Nehl, you were asking to look over the candy, is that correct?
Right. Nobody here has medicine proficiency, right?
Is anybody proficient in medicine?
I have neither medicine
No.
nor investigation.
Okay. Yeah, I would...
Be.
So, Sha'Nehl, you're going to inspect the candy. You're asking Dominic for the other candy that was poisoned. Is that correct?
I would like to ask, the candy that Duchess has. I'd like to know if those were poisoned as well, or just Dominic's. Actually, I would like to look at both.
Same bag, no?
Just look at everything.
So let's clarify. Dominic had a candy bar confirmed to be poisoned. Dominic took a bag of bonbons, a bag of like little chocolates away from Nove, unopened. That bag was then opened and Duchess took 3 of them. No one has investigated any of those candies.
I would like to investigate.
Please roll an investigation check.
And
on those
I
candies.
would like to channel somebody who
If they're the ones that
proficient.
I took, I'm only giving 1. I'm keeping 2.
Okay.
Well, it could be the same bag if...
Are you?
No,
I mean,
it's
Dominic still
absolutely the
has
same
that
bag.
bag. So
Yeah,
which
that's
are you
right,
looking
just
at, Sha'Nehl?
Whatever was given to Nave.
Okay, so you'll
Either for
take
them,
the bag, and
doesn't
if
matter.
Duchess touches you one, sure. Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
And I'm channeling a spirit
Okay,
who is proficient.
great.
So then, what do I have? Advantage then, or what?
No, you just add your proficiency
Yes.
bonus.
Okay.
I have a question.
Mhm.
If either one of them were to channel a rat folk,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still a mannequin, like physically, so would they have the
I-
ability to sniff the way a rat
Yes,
folk does?
I guess
or...
based on the stuff, you could you'd have to be choosing you'd have to be choosing to boost perception, but I guess I would say kind of like almost like at the cost of like you could spend one more bonus proficiency to have it be a rat folk so you could smell. So Sha'Nehl, what was your investigation?
17.
With a 17, you look through several pieces of candy in the bag. Before opening them, you do not see any, they're wrapped and sealed, in the package. You do not see any puncture holes or signs of tampering on the pieces, like on the individually wrapped, Reese's cups or whatever. Obviously, the bag itself has been opened because it was open to kind of be gone through, but you haven't found on any of those candy, you have seen no signs of tampering. But if you are going to continue investigating, you can open one and then, check it for poison somehow. I will say,
like to do that.
Okay, you've already used a channel, you've used a sort of channel the dead.
Not today.
No, Sha'Nehl was. She already did one to get proficiency in investigation. If you'd like to, so this is where this would actually come in. You can make one of your bonus proficiencies be in like alchemist's tools, or you can give yourself proficiency in the actual tool to detect, like a science kit.
Like a poisoner's kit or something?
Yeah, basically a poisoner's kit. And what is cool about being the spirit is, so now you see Sha'Nehl, whatever this ghost she's overcome by, pulls up like a little rack with a bunch of spectral test tubes and stuff. And it's all kind of shimmering and it's kind of eerie. So, Sha'Nehl, in that case, you can add your intelligence to your proficiency, and you can make a check with that object as well.
Intelligence?
Intelligence plus proficiency.
Well, my intelligence is 0.
Okay.
Rolled a 16 plus proficiency, so it's 18.
18. So, you open up one of these candies, you begin inspecting it with these kind of spectral, all the tools you'd possibly need, looking through this ghostly face, kind of shining down. The results come back that there is no sign of poison within that piece of candy.
Can I check Dominic's candy?
Dominic's candy bar was thrown away yesterday. It was shown to be poisoned.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you guys would have. He ate some the night before, nearly died.
Discarded it.
Ate some the next day, confirmed it was poison, and threw it away.
Okay, in that case, I want to take the candy and pop it into my mouth.
Understood.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Sha'Nehl, make a Constitution saving throw. Just so you're fine.
You're a mannequin.
You're okay.
Can mannequins be poised?
They're actually resistant to it, but they can be. They're not immune to being poisoned. You consume it, and you wait a few minutes, and you experience no ill effects.
My conclusion is that only Dominic's chocolate was poisoned.
Just mine, huh? It's like, yeah, then back to me. I've come back from my thoughts I was having with my inner self that happens to sound like the Noir master. And say, wait a minute. Zipgun was only trying to kill me, and was really conveniently came back right after the shooting. Huh. What? Who would want to kill me? A mobster.
I can't imagine.
Innocent mobster that just owns a bar and goes around threatening people to fix said bar.
Honestly, you
I've
seem
done
like such a
nothing
nice
wrong.
guy
I
to me.
think there might be a reason why
Nothing
we
in
were
your life.
to meet here on the first place. It was not an
Alright.
accident. Your
Okay.
bar was targeted as much as we were.
Oh, alright.
Somebody up there doesn't like you.
Fine. Seems that I'm also involved in all of this shenaniganery, so... Very
Going
well.
to Million Oaks then?
Yeah. Alright. That's the next step of this investigation, finding this buggo bear.
I would
Buggle
like to go to Cynthia and tell her the my findings about the chocolate, so she's not worried as much. Because Zipgun wasn't trying to kill her.
All
I
right.
mean, that does seem like a good idea.
I mean, does it? What?
I mean, she wasn't
She's
worried about
resistant to
that.
poison, not poison proof. What if it is poisoned and you give some to the kid and now the kid keels over?
Sometimes it's just best to not say anything.
Well, let's give some to the lizard. He likes sweets.
Oh, me?
Yes.
I was looking around. Which one of us is a lizard full?
Are you allergic? Are you immune to or resistant to poison at all?
Nope.
Have a bonbon.
I'm also not resistant to expired food.
This
That's
is
happened a few
fresh.
times. That's
Well,
happened.
We'll get some good information then if you wind up injured.
I mean, have we had breakfast yet?
You know, it's gonna
I
end
do
up
not
with
think
the
so.
entire
Duchess.
bag of
Feel
candy being tasted.
Freddie would not have let you leave the house without eating breakfast.
Yeah,
Oh,
Freddie would have been like, "Well, yeah, here you're a guest, so let me make some pancakes. That's a real simple, easy thing. Nothing can go wrong there." 45 minutes of shtick later, everyone covered in
One
flour.
pancake is done.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's one pancake. It's raw in the middle, and the pancake goes,
Some real-
"I'm sorry."
Some real goofy stuff, shenanigans in here.
No need to apologize.
Ah! I was not long for this world. Okay. So.
Alright.
Okay. So how shall we go to Million
So
Oaks
but
via
the question
the
remains.
train,
Chanel
probably.
wants to return the candy to Cynthia
No,
to give to her child.
I don't want to return. I just want to tell her that Zipgun wasn't trying to kill her and her child.
What do you say, Luminus? You want to try it and you see?
Well, I tried it.
fare?
It was fun.
I mean,
Anybody
probably
else
won't
want
die,
to
I
try
mean,
some bonbons?
Boss didn't.
Yeah, come on, Luminous.
is it that pertinent? Because
Be
Honestly,
brave.
I'm not trying to pressure you or nothing. I'm just saying
Dominic,
it would answer a question.
it would, but it's not a question I care.
how about
Worth
you,
answering.
Duchess? Do you like bonbons?
Why are you so invested in no being?
That's the
It
thing.
is
I'm
candy.
like, I'm over
Name-
this.
Name
So,
of science.
Would it be a Constitution saving throw if it that I roll when I eat it, or what would I like if it's poison?
Generally speaking, if it is poison, it's a Constitution saving throw.
I'll take a bite.
It's cheap candy. Kids would love it.
You know, most scientists, I believe, wouldn't just do one test, right? I'm sure they'll eat a second one.
It's also bad, but not. It's you don't nothing. And also, well, why don't you make a perception check for me?
Oh my god, I didn't even take my dice out.
I should have had and
Probably-
Chanel. Why don't you make one
probably
retroactively
because-
as well?
They're colorless, so I forgot about them entirely.
They just blend into the background like a blood stain on a brick wall.
All right. What is? Sorry, what did I just roll?
Perception.
Perception. Non-nat 20.
Okay. You don't taste
9.
any. Chanel, you didn't really get a good taste. You were too. Probably the ghost was kind of
I
interfering.
don't have taste, I'm pretty sure.
Duchess. It does. It tastes like tastes like a plain little like a
Good.
Rolo or a someone just got a little chocolate thing.
Tastes like nothing.
First you kiss
Okay. I feel fine. It tastes fine. But also, I think we should get a proper sample size, is what you guys call it, right? So I will eat one more. And, yeah.
20 pieces of candy later. Duchess Contessa
No, she will stop at 3.
licking fingers. You feel no ill effects. Although actually, you're just doing 3.
Yeah, I was stopping. The 3 in my pocket, basically.
Understood. I really got it. You know what? I haven't done one in a while. Make me a morality saving throw.
You do not want to eat all this kid's candy? Oh my god.
But you like a cartoon, and it is really funny.
I left Rin
one more.
behind, sir.
Get it?
You
Never
don't have to
really
watch
leave,
the
right?
You mean
figure.
integrity? Wait, morality or integrity?
A morality saving throw.
Morality.
Oh, okay. That
Just one
is
more.
a 19.
You're like when she eats the third one, you guys see her like eyes do turn into candy, but she's like, no, I'm good. She doesn't eat them all.
Okay.
That makes me sad.
We
Okay,
weren't
well,
gonna
I
know Looney
guess
Tunes
these
say.
probably aren't, these are probably safe to eat for the little guy. However, I don't know. I mean, maybe we should bring it to like some kind of candy lab, properly tested. We don't have to. I know we got a lot of things on our plate, but if you wanted to the children are our future. It'd feel terrible to just do some bad candy, but it's probably fine with 3. I ate 3.
I'm done with the candy, so if
funny,
anyone wants
too
to give
much.
it to the kid, be my guest. If anyone doesn't want to, fine. Whoever has the bag, you keep it.
Who in this group? Somebody in this group has a 12 intelligence, right?
I have
I
11.
believe I have
11.
12.
Leo,
I have 12.
I'll say that Leo does just can grumble if he'd like, or we could just fucking buy another bag of candy. But that the thought pops into your head. You may share it if you wish.
Yeah, I mean, you could just buy more candy for the child.
I mean, it's
That's
not
expensive.
yeah,
Yes.
this specific bag's not a big deal. It's just-
Exactly.
That's so nice of you to offer, Pops. I think you should go down to the store and get it yourself. I mean, it would be very
no,
heartfelt.
I'm 100% bankrupt, so
Hmm.
I would if I could, but
Wait, you mean
I
you
have
literally
3
have no
copper to
money
my
on
name.
you?
Oh no, I do have some. Yes, actually, I would love to buy the small child candy.
Oh, good. There's right down the block. There's a little store. I feel like you'll be back within a month. I'm sure.
All right, well, I'll get on that. I'm gonna waddle out the door and try and
Really?
find the candy store. Yeah.
Change into Leonora, and you'll be back in 5 seconds. So so as Leo goes out to buy
I
candy.
came up with the idea. I will.
Yeah.
Alright, our
Um,
discussion
What's
inside here is
wrong
done.
with me going to get the candy?
So
Alright.
Leo, as Leo goes to get candy, Leo
Alright.
shuffles away. He's gonna get on a bus and get lost. In any case,
He'll end up in Million Oaks when we go
Yeah,
there.
he'll
It's
Yeah,
like,
we can
coincidentally, I'm here
the
now.
other Leo. You can switch to the younger Leo and then we'll be fine.
Look where I wound up. How convenient. What is the plan?
I guess go to
Heading to Million Oaks.
or Million.
Just without me, that would be really funny.
So Leo goes.
Guys,
Leo,
guys.
Leo, do we need more? Is there more shenanigans? Do you just go buy a bag of candy?
No, I just go by. But I mean, if
All
you
good. Then
want there to
yes.
be, but yeah.
You can come in with a bag of candy. The rest of you, as you're sort of preparing for the trip, I will say, the question before you is, Dominic, do you want to? There are vehicles you could, you have access to some cars. You could ask for like a bigger car that could fit all 5 of you, or 6 if you're planning on taking Ambrosia or something. You probably need to just double check that you could take such a vehicle if you wanted the 5 of you to go, or you could take the train.
How much is the train?
The train to Million Oaks would probably be for all of you, would be like 1 gold for the whole group. There and
Is
back.
there a car version of a folding canoe or Yeah, that's what it's called, right?
A folding boat.
Folding boat. Yeah.
I
cloud
will.
car.
I mean, I will tell you that privately in the book that's coming out in the Kickstarter. Yes, a collapsible collapsible vehicles are a thing. I'm including. Yes.
Okay.
And in fact, Dominic, you are not in possession of one. That is a thing. There are. Okay, sure. Duchess, why don't you roll a who here is proficient in in operating motor vehicles?
I have expertise
Or
in
land vehicles?
Land vehicles, yeah.
Yes.
You have expertise. Okay, so Dominic, and then Duchess, you'd even be aware of this.
Oh, you have. Okay.
Two of the sort of nice cars that are cool because you don't have to park them. One of them is actually a tune item. It's kind of like an Acme, it's called a car in a box kind of situation. It's just the joke with it is it. I think this is really funny. It requires a DC 20 intelligence check to put it back into the box. You can unpop it and you're like, God damn, where's the? Doesn't the tire go under the thing? So cars
Or could
in
you
a
spend an
box.
hour with the instructions?
Exactly.
I see a car.
And as is the fun thing about a car in the box, I mean, it doesn't really have any huge mechanical stuff, but the fun thing about it is like an animated, like it looks like you're driving in like a
It's the Roger Rabbit car.
Yeah.
The Benny the cab.
Yeah, like it would have a face. Maybe it talks back to you. A more mundane version, although these are super high end, and I'm calling it this right now. Probably in the book I won't call it because it is technically I call it the Phantom. The Rolls-Royce Phantom is a Rolls-Royce that's like a model of Rolls-Royce. So there's a Phantom that is a ghostly version that you can drive and sort of summon, and you have a key for it, and you use the key to pop it out and take it away.
That'd be cool.
And the Phantom is a very high-end, like, status symbol vehicle.
Okay.
So those are the two you know
Rolls-Royce.
of.
So, back to the question at hand. So, Million Oaks is how travel by train via car. Which one's time difference?
It will take longer by train because you'll stop along the way. But you also, you won't, no one will be driving. You won't have
fit
to.
in a train too.
You all fit easily in a
two
train.
cars.
You don't have to take multiple cars, or you don't have to like drive a big truck or something. And it would only take you. It would take you probably like 3 or 4 hours to get out there by train, and maybe like an hour to get there by car, 2 hours to get there by car, depending.
So
this is before freeways, actually. So yeah, it would take 2 hours.
Okay. And is there a train schedule? Do they stop, for the day or something like that? Last train of the day?
Oh yes, there's definitely a last train of the day for sure.
I mean, we're in morning, so we're fine.
Yeah, but I'm coming back.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna. Nothing we've done has taken. I mean, granted, now that I've said that, it's gonna happen. But
Smash
like,
cut
nothing
too.
we've done has taken all day.
Session
Us in the
20,
middle of the
session
night.
29.
We
They
have done
finally
so
come
much
home
in
for Million
2
Oaks.
days.
Yeah.
2 moons have passed. Like, it's just not. It's taken so little.
We could save on the train tickets. I can fit
Yeah, but if he has a
into
truck, some of us can ride in the back.
back.
What are my options of requesting a truck from the family or something?
You
like
will
that
have
for
to
the
go
day?
to your capo regime and say, Rodal,
Go to him.
I come to you this day,
Rodal.
the day of this Wednesday, to ask you for a
My
truck
daughter's Wednesday.
to drive me and some mannequins to Million Oaks.
I really don't feel like
You
talking to
probably, I guess
Rodal
you
right
wouldn't
now.
really need a truck. I mean, look, I will phrase it like this. Dominic, you will need to ask if you're going to take a car out of the city. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to ask to leave the city, but if you're going to take a car owned by the family out of the city, you'll need to double check on that.
They
because,
gotta do some bookkeeping on that, yeah.
like the cars, you don't, there's probably a car here,
You
but
gotta
that's
write
like
down the mileage.
that's for moving stuff around. Yeah.
All right. Let's just take the train then. All right, I'm not gonna talk to Rodal about this.
Understood.
So let's see, divided by 5, it's 2 silver each for the fare.
Yeah, well, basically the idea is the fare would be a silver for each of you, which honestly is probably lower than it should be. Whatever. So basically, it's going to be a silver there, a silver back. So yeah, so it's 10 silver, 1 gold, for the total.
What if I was just folded up into a suitcase and one of you could carry me?
How long does it take to unfold you?
Doesn't take long.
Does that work?
Are you well?
Yeah.
If you are going, I mean, you'd have to disassemble limbs, so it will take an hour to put you back together.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
Like it takes a short rest to put your limbs back on.
We're doing all the shenaniganery just to, cheat the fare.
Get 5 silvers.
How much is the? Sorry, so the car is 1 silver each way, and the train is what?
No,
The
the
car
train is 1 silver
The
each
car
way.
wouldn't cost you
Oh.
any. The car just costs Dominic having to talk to Rodal. The train will cost
I'm fine with the train.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Either
fine with
two-
either, but like,
either
I
2
don't
silver
mind paying,
for
is
me.
what I'm
Well,
saying.
it's not your choice to talk to my boss. I'm not talking to my boss today.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm fine with either
Yeah.
scenario, but
Yeah.
if you don't want to do it, then like I'm good with the train.
We're taking the train.
All right.
Public transit
Now,
will
Dominic.
always be in. Yeah.
Dominic, are you So are you going to pay for everyone, or will you just pay for you and your employees?
Of course not.
Just you and your
Just
employees?
me and my employees.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so you can deduct 6 silver for you, Luminus, and the Duchess. Sha'Nehl and Leo, please both deduct 2 silver each.
Right.
And you guys are gonna head back.
Oh, how much was the candy, by the way?
It's more than a copper.
3 copper.
Yeah.
All right.
They didn't have the smaller size, so you had to get them a bigger bag.
It's 10 copper, 2 silver?
What?
It's
No,
10
no.
copper to a silver, right?
10 copper,
Yes.
2 is
Yeah.
silver, yes. I thought you said 10 copper is 2 silver, and I was like, wait, what?
No.
Yes, 10 copper per silver. I will also mention, when you bring that, so basically they've decided they're going on this, they're going to do this train trip, but as you come back in, you put that candy on the counter, and Cynthia just stares at it for a long time. Nove kind of looks up. She says, keep reading. She kind of just says, thank you to you, Leo.
Yes, of course.
She shudders.
I do like a really upsetting smile.
I'm sure you do. Sure, it
She,
takes ages too.
Don't think me, think her.
Oh gosh.
No.
She just
I'm
watches that and
happy
just
to
kind
help.
of
Anyway. Alright. We're gonna take the train.
all right, so
Choo
you guys
choo.
are going to go to Lee Bank Junction. Great. So, you guys head to Lee Bank Junction. Train will be you'll have to wait a little while. You can grab a sandwich at the counter, whatever, however that goes. But eventually, Sha'Nehl, you sort of go down and you actually see some of those same conductors from last time. When you were
Can
here.
Duchess have taken the bag of the bonbons if we didn't give it to the kid?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Are you going to town? Okay.
No.
Understood. So Duchess has the bag of probably not poisoned candy. I mean, she's fine. Sha'Nehl's fine. Cynthia's scared. Do you give Ambrosia any messages before you leave, Dominic? Any
We
directives?
tell her to protect the bird. Or
I trust that she knows what to do.
that is very right.
Which is
Cool.
wait for you
No,
to tell
she
her what
only
to
does
do.
exactly what you
Yeah.
say.
Literally wait for you
To
to
the
tell her what to
letter.
do.
She's family. She knows what to do.
Oh man, we're gonna come back to this bar burned to the fucking ground.
Did you see what happened, Ambrosia? Yeah, I saw.
I did watch it. I watched it burn to the ground.
You didn't tell me to
Here we
attack
are.
him, so I was just hanging around.
There'll just be a bunch of little kid orcs standing outside of it, like, hey, you can't come in here. Hold on, boss, is it okay? And then they open it and like Nove is just sitting in a chair. Sure, let him in. Never ask
Kid
me about my
takes over.
business. Okay, so you guys get on a train and you're going to head out of Lee Bank Junction on the line to Million Oaks, following in the footsteps or train rails of Tasha Brunotti. You are already on the edge of town, and as you pass over the mountains into the San Finito Valley, you all feel the temperature rise. I guess I technically should roll this. Ooh, I'll roll my new D8 I got today, because it's sunny. Haha.
Is it raining?
No.
Cats and dogs.
It is an absolute scorcher. I'll say that
Question.
the your group is able to get kind of one of those like booths where one side's facing forward and one is facing back, you know, that you see on trains sometimes. There's like a table in the middle, so you guys can all sit there. And I mean, just like 5 minutes into it, as the train is just like grinding, you know, like going around the turns, going into the thing. It's about to get to one of the junctions. They are kind of like in the near valley. Like you are, like, no questions, you guys are pulling the windows open. It is blazingly hot on the train. Yes, Dominic, what is your question?
Important question. Has air conditioning been invented in this universe? No?
I don't think so.
Oh, it is sort of like electronic that might have been messed up.
Yes, the chromatic cooling systems that use sort of like, cold
Oh
energy.
no, it relied on color.
Do not work. Well, you're finding a lot of elemental stuff has been affected like that. Like the basic elemental systems had an underlying color.
Yet the sun still scorches the earth.
It's just pure white light. It's just pure radiation. It's radiant. It's different.
Speaking of,
there are fans. Fans work, but like there is not widespread air conditioning.
Speaking of, in this universe, if you put a light through a prism, does it split, or does it doesn't even do anything?
You just see more light. But that's a please bring that up a little later tonight.
All right.
Very relevant stuff.
Famous album covers.
Yeah, the album cover is just black with
Grey
a prism
Floyd.
with more light coming
Grey
through.
Floyd.
Yeah, Grey Floyd.
Another brickboard in the wall.
I hate this game.
I hadn't thought of how good all of those are. Some of my favorite bands. So, I really like the Gray Stripes. I think Jack and Gray White
They
are
would
cool.
still be called the White Stripes.
Oh, they could be the White Stripes. Never mind. Good point.
Come on.
That'd be so rude.
Give me something.
You're right. You got it there. Oh, Lord. What are some bands that aren't?
Like,
Black
but,
Keys
but,
or whatever would still exist.
but Wizard of
Still
Oz
is.
would be all black and white.
Yeah.
Guns and that gray
Gray
flower.
sun.
What about Taylor Swift's great
Okay,
album,
submarine.
Gray?
Gray.
God.
Anyway, we're on the train. It's hot. There's a fan.
There's
Which is
some fans.
helping.
Like you guys are kind of all opening the windows, and there's a good number of the train is fairly full, and you guys are sort of you are currently now going through a very suburban area. You're basically going through, kind of like you're going through the valley. But
I have to roll up my sleeves and unbutton down to like 2 buttons down because I have to be well
you've
dressed
got
at all
that,
times, no matter
sweat
what.
stains and everything. Are you guys how will I phrase this? Are you is there anything you're talking about, or is this going to be a tense ride like Duchess and Luminus? Are you guys like are we making small talk, or are you just all kind of sitting? Are you guys playing cards? Are you like what's the vibe?
Yeah, who
of
wants
this
to
trip?
play cards?
How long is the train ride?
About 3-4 hours.
I've got
Jesus
I've got
Christ.
I've got
Duchess would
playing
probably
cards
Be playing
proficiency.
some kind of game.
Yeah.
Or
Okay, you guys
she'd
play
also
cards.
have like the Hollyberry equivalent. Like if there's like a Hollyberry kind of theme park, like Universal Studios or Six Flags, she would have one of those like fans that's also a squirt bottle. Called
There-
Hollyberry or whatever.
Oh, you stupid, beautiful genius. Okay,
Yes.
there would
11
not
out of 10.
be.
You've ruined everything! My plans!
We have to redo the whole world now.
No, I'm texting you.
Okay.
Duchess has fixed the world at a fundamental level because of this.
Yeah. There's a little bit of we get just like a
I
little
now have
pale
to
yellow.
create a multi-conglomerate company.
Are we doing this again? Is Rin back?
I know, right? Rin did not build a theme park, to be fair.
She would have if we had the time to do so.
It'd be Candyland.
All right.
What have you?
I had so much stuff planned for today, but now I have. Well, we'll see.
We've derailed ourselves while on the train.
Hey. Yeah.
Oh no.
So, as you carry on through playing cards, you leave sort of the near valley, and outside you see nothing but what used to be farmland. You know, another thing that has not thrived in this world without color is chlorophyll.
Makes sense.
You met that trudge the other day, who was a sort of fungal plant creature. Plants still grow. There still are trees, but the trees all look pretty minorly blighted. They are still growing. They're still producing air. They're still leafing, but the leaves are not as sort of vibrant. And in addition, there's a lot of crops that just don't grow as well without the kind of
You say producing air, so is the air just kind of like ever so slightly thinner without color?
I mean, there are, as you and I were talking about, I was texting you, there's enough trees in the world that even with them kind of not doing their part, you're still getting plenty of air just for this sort of whatever. And there was just a war, so the population's lower. But there's...
The planet is healing.
Yeah, there's definitely an adjustment period. As you pass, there actually are numerous, like, the most bustling areas are mushroom farms, where they're sort of growing funguses and things like this. There are some other crops that grow, kind of like purple cabbages and sort of white cabbage. Those grow pretty well. Theoretically, occasionally people will have success growing.
You mean gray cabbage and grayer cabbage?
I do mean gray cabbage and grayer cabbage, but not gray cabbage is the idea.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing much, not that there was being farmed in this area, but like wheat supplies are down. Most everything is potatoes these days.
Gray beans.
Yeah, gray beans don't grow so well. Carrots, you can kind of do carrots and radishes. Potatoes, tomatoes are tough.
Corn?
Corn is tough. Cucumbers are tough. Peppers are tough. Peas are tough. Squash is tough. Beans are tough. Rice, hard to do. So it's not that there's none of this, but it's just that like the yields are lower and all this sort of produce is kind of harder to find. Well, sorry, what was that, Luminus?
I said even rice? Damn.
Yeah, rice. You need a lot of, well, if you had a professor here, he might be able to explain to you some of what's going on.
The science of it.
So sweet.
Nah, we just got all the stupid people.
Yeah.
But as you sort of go deeper and deeper, you are sort of seeing there's more farmland, but it's kind of like large barren patches, and on a hot day like this, it looks mildly post-apocalyptic.
Do we pass by any cow farms and then we have to close the window, or?
Yes, you would. In fact, I suppose there would be some ranches in the distance as well. So that will smell terrible as you pass by. But it's also hot with the windows up, and it's it's not great. I also will point out that Duchess, as you're passing by one of these farms, you do see it is not up now, but you see a like a Ferris wheel being sort of like erected, and you see like a carnival top being put up. Sometimes the farms actually wind up sort of like just trying to get customers to come and buy their cabbage. They'll sort of put up a little carnival or something, trying to attract people, and you see that one is currently being erected in the distance. But you pass further and further from the city. Certainly plenty of farmland, but now you're getting into the area called Million Oaks, where there were 1 million oak trees growing, and still are, but again, they are... By the way, do you guys know how many trees are on the planet Earth?
No?
Guess how many trees are on Earth? I know, but I want to get the decimal right. I've looked this up.
Before or after we've, gotten rid of the Amazon rainforest?
No, right now. How many trees currently on the planet Earth?
God, I don't know. 2
Billions?
trillion?
3 trillion trees.
Hey, it was close, kind of.
Yeah.
I was 2/3 of the way there. I was 2/3 of the way there.
Not enough on Price is Right.
Well, as long as none of us went closer.
Trillion and one,
over.
Bob.
How many trees?
You bastard.
Check this one up. It was 3.04 trillion trees. How many trees are in the city of Los Angeles?
7.
5.
7 or 5. Any serious guesses?
1 trillion.
A third of the trees in the world are in Los Angeles.
1/3 is in LA, the other third is in the Amazon, and then the rest of the world gets the last third.
Of course it's not in the Amazon anymore. Brazil took care of that.
No, it was 10 million trees in Los Angeles.
Fantastic.
Thousand Oaks has like 60,000 trees in it. I looked this up because of
How dare they?
But here's the fun one. How many trees were there before people?
What's the step after trillion?
Before people in LA?
No,
Trillion
people in
or
general.
people in
How many
general?
trees on the
Quadrillion?
planet Earth before the rise of
Like 10
humanity?
trillion? I don't know.
Now I wonder how they got this figure, but
Quadrillion.
let's see what they say.
Fossil records, probably. 6 trillion. So we cut it in half.
Oh yeah.
That's depressing.
But
We
we made
snapped 'em.
houses.
We need that paper, dog. Literally.
Yeah, we couldn't have all roll around in paper money without cutting down half the trees that ever existed. So,
All right. That's
anyway,
some
that was
some trivia that came over the loudspeaker speakers.
Hi everyone, this is your conductor. Just wanted to let y'all in on a little secret about trees. If you cut down a tree, you can count the rings to see how old it is. I'd better never do that to my wife, Ginger.
God damn it! This is a grim world.
In any case, and I will say a conductor does come and check your tickets, and that's when you guys pay the money.
Right.
For the most part, though, this is kind of just not too many people are sort of paying attention. There's certainly you are an interesting group, but you're not super drawing the eye.
Out of curiosity,
Yes,
can I do a perception check to see if somebody followed us onto the train?
you absolutely may.
All right. So
I'm not rolling anything.
a half orc, a dragonborn.
You have not noticed anyone following you onto the train.
I love how you worded that.
It's the way of the Noir master.
That's
So
how it works.
you all, your train, after a very long passage, is coming up on the station here in Million Oaks. Luminus, I'll say that with just your passive perception looking out of Million Oaks, you see definitely there is a little kind of town, looks more like a farming town, doesn't even look like a resort of any kind. You see a few buildings, but you see sort of like off in the distance from the town, kind of surrounded by kind of a pretty large expanse of just almost deserty area. You see an old mission. The train depot is incredibly sparse, just kind of a little ticket counter and a big sort of is it a pergola? Is that where it's just a roof but no walls? Or just an awning, kind of basically there's there's not really a building here. There's an interior where there's some ticket counters and then just a big, shaded thing you can sort of stand under. You guys can disembark. And if you are looking to see what is the last train leaving here, going back to San Termino today, the last train will leave at 7 p.m.
We miss our train. Can we take a train back tomorrow and our ticket still be paid for?
Oh yeah, I've sort of had you mark off your money. Technically, I guess everyone can mark back on one of the things you did because there's no discount for a round trip. So you all technically only spent, Dominic, you only spent 3 silver, and Leo and Sha'Nehl, you only spent 1. Technically, yes, you have not.
What time is it right now?
It's a little after 1.
And when is the first train the next day?
The first train the next day would probably be 9 a.m.
All right, good to know.
Around
All
then.
right. So
I haven't quite gotten to the level of detail that I have the full train timetables for all of this place, but I really, at some point, I'll run a game where I do.
Do we need to take the gray line or the gray line?
Oh God.
Well,
how do
here's the
lines
thing
work?
about the gray line's
Is
going
it
to
the
get.
dotted line?
Here's the thing: if
like
you
the
take
dark
the
line
gray
or the light
line, it's going to
line.
get you there faster, but you're going to have to change to the gray line and then change again to the gray line. If you're okay with some changes, your best bet's the gray line to the gray line to the gray line.
One is the GREY line, and one is the GRAY line.
God.
So, gang, you're stepping off the
gang.
train. You're in Million Oaks. KJ is not my friend anymore. I'm suffering my way through it. What are you all doing? The town is sort of there, about a quarter mile away. There is a
Duchess will turn into an egg and like cook on the ground for a little bit.
That hot, huh?
I'll flip it over.
amazing.
So, did you manage to do that without breaking the yolk?
God, I hope so.
I hope so. Wait, what's the yolk?
All right. Okay, so here we are. We're in Million Oaks. We have no idea where a bugbear went to. What are we gonna just walk up to one of these attendants, say, "Hey, attendant, you seen a bugbear around here?"
Well, there
give that
is
a
a
try.
mission
I mean, this-
there.
this
Maybe we
place is-
should ask there.
This place is pretty small, so.
Oh, I
Like,
actually
why ask at the mission?
Sure, if
not
you
the
were
mission. No,
me,
one of
where
these.
would you
workers.
go? You would go to a mission.
Or the inn, or wherever
Or the
people
inn.
stay
The
here.
mission is right there. It's close. Won't hurt to ask.
Okay. This now I have out of character. Now have to sacrifice my. I have to satisfy my curiosity.
Mhm.
There's obviously no Spanish Empire here to create the missions in this timeline. So,
Who
which
built them?
religious organization created these missions in the San Chimino Valley?
Daryl.
Daryl.
Oh, really?
God,
No.
no.
The missions came from the Church of the Rays. RAYS.
Are we going Dark Souls? Are we praising the sun here?
Oh God.
We are not. Make a religion
Okay.
check, Dom.
Alright. Raise.
It's actually
Philip
it's-
doesn't do video games.
19. So I'm actually pretty well learned about this Church of the Rays.
So, what the sort of like the sort of the Fey descended sort of beings, sort of the satyrs and such, who sort of had built these missions at various times. They follow the same faith you follow in Little Trachaloy.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
that's like
This
the
is-
Holy Father of the Church of the Rays is in
Got it.
Little Trachaloy. So you were pretty familiar, and the idea of a
Alright.
mission, it's not something that the Trachilians ever did, but the idea is that there are these, I mean, you would actually wait. I will not impose this. You don't have to be practicing, but like you definitely were raised as this. You were baptized in the 7 rays and
Right.
all that. You know, like that. So there are 7 rays.
7 Rays?
Yes. The church, however, has been in a crisis since then because the 7 rays were the first ray red, the second ray orange,
I
the third ray yellow.
Oh, man.
Wow, that's
Wow.
depressing.
Sort of the church now says you're all being sort of, it's a time of great when you're being tested,
We had a
but
Church of the Grays.
That was
Well-
the Church of the Grays.
so there are some factions of the church going on different directions. Some people are saying, I don't know if anyone is. Yes, there is now a Church of the Grays, which is a reformed church within the order, you know, who's like, well, now we have to say
They
we're the
hammered
Church of
down
the Grays.
95 points on the. Okay,
theses,
I was
yeah.
I was just being curious about that. Okay, but
You would know that, though, based on being
you
Tertullian.
really world built this, man.
Well,
Man.
this part's largely for a joke that is probably coming up today.
All right. Okay. So, I'm just gonna go talk to one of these station attendants here
Okay.
and say, any bugbears come around here recently?
So you actually walk up to one, and it happens to be a goblin station agent. upon sort of seeing you come up, will say, kind of looks up from his crossword and says,
Oh, Wordle.
Hey, can I help you?
Hey, any bugbears passed through recently?
Well, looks at you for a second. You're an orc.
Half orc.
True. Why are you looking for him?
Don't worry about it. I just need to find a bugbear.
We're looking for her.
I don't know Tasha, and I'm not gonna volunteer that information.
Yeah, Sha'Nehl, are you there saying that, or this is just Dominic?
She's right there. I didn't stop her from
Okay,
coming
gotcha.
with me, so if she was right behind me, she can clarify that.
The goblin's just kind of looking now at the goblin does like looked at you, and there was a sense of like, okay, what's this orc doing? Looking at Sha'Nehl, the goblin's like,
You made
Hello.
this
Greetings, little green.
Actually, she's an old friend of mine. I'll also come up behind her.
So I'm there, this big intimidating orc, and I'm not even the scariest thing in the party. It's like, man.
Dominic, I'd like for you, because you sort of been watching this person the whole time, would you please make a insight check, an insight check.
Sure, I'll make an insight. That is a 2 + 3. I cannot read this guy at all. I'm just very annoyed. Not very annoyed, but I'm just sort of amused with the two mannequins here. I'm just freaking him out. That's all I can
you
tell.
rolled a 5?
No, I rolled a 3.
A 3. Okay. That's really sad. This person rolled incredibly low, but you...
Did he almost lose? Did he even beat me still?
Still beat you with a 6, but yeah.
Man.
Oh my
Basically, he rolled how many trillions of trees there used to be. You rolled how many trillions of trees there are. He just kind of you don't have a good read on him. He just seems scared of mannequins, which in fairness is true.
Yeah.
Do we mannequins get an insight too?
No, you just kind of popped up. Dominic was talking to him for a second.
Okay.
But he's sort of just looking at you all. He'll just say, think a couple bugbears passed into town, yesterday, day before, something like that. Just go check at the hotel in town, probably.
Oh. I look to the two behind me and say, well, there we go. We'll just look at the hotel for them.
Can I see if I think this person is telling everything?
You may incite that if you'd like. Duchess?
Is it
Sha'Nehl, you can
Is it
as
a-
well.
is it a thing if like rat folk have the best sense of smell, right?
Rat
at
folk
least-
have the best sense of smell, yes.
Okay. Is it a thing that you can like hire like a sniffer rat folk? Like a sniffer dog? Can you
That is absolutely a yes. There are a lot of rat folk who work as like tracking people. A lot of them work for detectives. Yeah. for
Okay.
sure. It's a
And
huge thing.
the little black book I have, because that was in Tatya's apartment for so long. Obviously, it smells like Dottie, but would it also smell like Tatya?
It was in Dottie's bag. So to catch Tashia's scent on it would be tougher. But I
Okay.
won't say impossible. But that would be a hard roll for someone to make. So Leo,
Okay.
you had a 19. Sha'Nehl, are you also making an insight check on this second
I
thing? that's been
did,
said?
but
I
it
had
was
18,
a
not
7.
19.
A 7. With an 18, you're I guess technically this should get a read. That's so yeah, Sha'Nehl, you have no sense. It just seems scared of you. This goblin. Leo, you suspect that the goblin is more just because, like, goblinoids, there is a certain affinity between them. This goblin clearly suspects that some orc and a couple of an orc and a couple of mannequins are here to do harm to some person, and as such is giving you very vague, not specific information. has you definitely sense deception over all of it. But all very like plausible. Like the idea that you'd go check at a hotel is if this person didn't know of a bugbear, would be sending you to just, I don't know, go check out the hotel. But because of this is like, why don't you just go check out the hotel? Kind of just trying to get rid of you, trying to not give you any info. So you sense that. Dominic and Sha'Nehl have no sense of this.
Not what you will, Leo.
I really must insist. I've been trying to reconnect with this friend of mine for many years, and I haven't been able to find her. Looking for quite a while. If you could help me, I would be very grateful.
Make a persuasion roll. And that is not a deception. You are telling the truth.
Cheers.
Is he though?
Not bad. Let's see. It's 19.
19 is good. You see a sort of softening of this person's face, mixed with disgust looking for you.
Fair enough.
He'll sort of say, not too many bugbears come through here, but I did see a lady bugbear several days ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago. 4 or 5 days ago, not really sure. But I know she was wearing like a big hat and a coat, even though it was very hot. I could tell it was a bugbear, but she kind of was making herself up to look, I don't know, to look like she was like an orc or something. Kind of was just trying to, not let people see her face too bad. I don't know where she went, but I did see her.
I have a question.
She had a lot of suitcases with her. Yes.
Could Duchess serve as like a, so like if someone described someone, right, and she kind of, obviously she would still kind of like her, but if she morphed into her, could they say no, the nose was bigger, no, the whatever, and she could use it,
can you be a living
exist as
sketch
like a living
art?
police
Yes.
sketch?
Yes,
Yeah,
you can be a living police sketch.
It's all just caricatures, though. It's not actually.
yeah. Duchess will, when he says that she kind of looked weird and talked about the coats, she will turn into kind of a bugbear, a bugbear with the coat, and ask, what would you change?
I mean,
Yeah, my party's pretty weird, huh?
I didn't really get a good. That's pretty close. You couldn't really see her face. It was a bugbear, but I didn't see her. She had a scarf up. And
I
big
also mean like the
glasses.
coat though. He said that the coat.
Oh, fair
about
enough.
the
He will adjust the coat. He will adjust pretty thing. The coat is less of a thing. It's just kind of a trench coat. The bigger part is that it's like one of those like huge kind of like wide brimmed hats. Like that, like really,
Okay, tell me when to stop
wide?
with the hat. Tell me when to here. There.
There.
Oh, okay.
There.
Okay. All right.
Pretty wide. Which exit did this bugbear take?
He kind of laughs as again there's like a
only
little
one exit.
station, and then it's just like there's 4 posts with some sheet metal over the top of it. That's like the station waiting. There's a couple of benches drilled into the ground, and then you can kind of walk about a half mile down to, or the quarter mile down to the
Point
town.
taken. All right. Let's
He kind of
go to
just
town
laughs
then.
at that and just kind of gestures.
Small town.
But yeah, she had a few bags. He'll mention that as well, which tracks with what Sha'Nehl saw back when she when she chatted with people as well.
Alrighty.
Actually, you've succeeded. I'm going to roll a retroactive perception check. This is a flat roll for this goblin. Now, station agents would be proficient. I'll give them a +2. They're good at looking for things. Rolled a 4. Never mind. He genuinely, and you all just believe this, and no rolls required. Like he really does not seem to have seen if she was meeting anyone. He remembered her having big cases, but he was in the midst of other stuff. He kind of noted her. He does, I guess bugbears can be pretty strong, so maybe she carried all those heavy cases herself, or maybe someone was here to meet her, but he didn't see.
Alright. Let's just head over to town proper. How far is it away from the train station? Is it right there?
About a quarter mile, yeah. Quick walk. Sha'Nehl.
You said the mission was right here, right?
The mission is further. The mission's a couple miles, but you can sort of see it.
Oh.
It's kind of out like in like a little deserty thing. There's like mountains in the distance.
Oh, I thought the mission was here in a tunnel.
No, it's Luminus saw the mission in the distance. I'm not even sure the rest of you. I guess probably you did because it's it's kind of clear and you can sort of see it. It's like there's it's kind of like a forested road leading to the mission, and then the mission's there, kind of like in the distance on like a little like you see the big giant just stony deserty mountains behind it, all very picturesque and very California looking. Leo, you did know Tashi. Actually, Leo and Sha'Nehl. I want you to just both roll flat. Are either of you proficient in history?
No.
Not fair.
No.
Leo's probably lived it.
Then sure. Then intelligence history check, same. Just make flat intelligence rolls.
Right.
There's only one person in this party that was intelligence based.
16.
1.
Have
Sha'Nehl.
some benefit to being alive when the dinosaurs
I
roamed
rolled
here.
my natural one.
Yes. Sha'Nehl. Oh, yeah. Not quite at this level. Sorry,
Not yet.
Dominic. You don't get one back.
Nope.
Leo. It kind of just come to you. You're thinking of Professor Tashio was a professor. And you're remembering what she was a professor of, to whatever degree it might matter to the current situation as you guys begin walking sort of towards the town.
Oh dear, she
Was it
was a
religion?
professor of religion. wasn't she?
Oh, you are so wise, Leo.
Oh, please,
Old
please
Leo,
stop.
not the young Leo, and not the third Leo either, but yes, you are.
Why would you need a professor of religion on a project like that?
Well, would you like me to explain the
You,
metaphysical reason?
no,
that
you
we-
don't want him to explain.
All
Trust
right,
me.
all right. I could give you a
Just-
lecture on
just-
it sometime.
How long is it till we get to
Just
town?
Google it.
I'm sure you could. I would honestly rather read a book on it myself, though.
No, it's very understandable. I have a few textbooks I could recommend you.
I'm
Right.
sure you
Nope.
could.
A
They're
few
just
of my
walking around
colleagues
textbooks.
penned them themselves, in fact.
So as you all sort of walk
I didn't know
down,
dinosaurs could write.
As you guys walk down to
Funny of
town,
you.
sure. So you've remembered that. You can do with that information what you like, I suppose. But
Can
you
you
were now.
share the information?
I mean, it sounds like Leo was just saying that.
Yes, I said it
Yeah.
out loud. Yes.
Yeah, he was saying it out loud.
So you make it sort of to this kind of little farm town. There's just a couple general store type things, even at this sort of 20th century milieu. There is a little boarding house, restaurant or two, then just some warehouses and things. It's a pretty dead spot. There's probably a bar, but it's not open right now. And
The mission isn't open right now?
No, the
a bar.
Oh, okay.
And there is just like the heat is just pounding on you guys.
Does
It's
it
like,
affect mannequins?
yeah, you guys even like seem a little like no mechanical effect unless it gets to the point where we're on like exhaustion checks, but like there's like a softness to you right now, like a kind of just if you hold your hand like this for a while, the fingers just are kind of stretching out a little bit, that kind of thing.
Well, that's
Ooh, my
upsetting.
skin has never been this soft.
Gross.
This is
Luminus, as you stand here in this heat,
Pressing him. It's like a Tempur-Pedic mattress.
there is nothing you want than a nice scoop of ice cold cookies and cream.
losing him. He's getting delirious.
It would be so perfect right now. Just a big scoop on a chilled bowl or in a cone.
I'm just imagining right now.
Oh my god! Yeah, it pops up behind your head.
Luminus, no, that's a mirage. There's no ice cream bowl there.
But it was so good. It was so good.
If he starts walking off in a random direction, I'm dragging him back to in the same direction we're all going.
So, which is where?
Where are we going? To town proper, and then
Well, we're
You've
in
We
town
going to the
proper.
mission?
You've made it to the town proper. To the
We
mission?
might
going-
want to.
No, we were at the mission. Now we're at the
No,
town proper.
we are in a town. The mission is further.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were at a train station. Then you're at the town, and in the far distance, Luminus is the mission you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If she was a professor of religion, shouldn't we be going to the?
You don't want to check the boarding?
Properly. But we
house
should ask
first?
here
We're right here.
first. It would make sense. Yes.
All right. Yeah. It does make sense. Yeah.
is there like a local restaurant or any sort of gathering hole in order to?
There is so places that are open now. There's like some there's like a general store. There's like a farm equipment store. There is a diner, and there is a boarding house. There is also a bar, but it is clearly not open at the time.
Diner and a boarding house would be the.
I'll check the
resort
diner.
places.
Let's go to a diner because we need to hydrate ourselves.
Speak for yourself.
A diner.
We can
Understood.
Like how
split
you
up.
think.
You go to the diner. We go to the boarding house.
Split up. Split the party. Cool. All right. So who is
No
going?
one
I
said
know.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one said yes.
So it's pretty great.
Okay.
So the
No,
party's
okay.
split.
It was it was just a suggestion. You don't have to follow it.
Cast suggestion.
I mean, are the realistically speaking, are the bar and the boarding house or the diner and the boarding house very close to each other? Like,
I mean, nothing's. Stuff would be like. I mean, you. Nothing
if
is.
you
with-
screamed in one, would you hear it in the other?
No, you probably wouldn't hear. Like if
Okay.
you were outside of one and someone screamed outside of the other, you'd probably hear it, but you wouldn't hear it from inside.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to be very literal, answering what you said.
Yeah.
So, let's just.
If it's downtown Burbank, if the boarding house is the AMC 16, the diner.
There's two AMC's, and I don't know what my number.
Actually, excellent point. Bad thing. If you're in downtown Burbank and the boarding house is Kabuki Sushi,
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
know where this is? So are we with me so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then if that's Kabuki Sushi, then okay. If the boarding house is Kabuki Sushi, the diner is like that Wood Ranch barbecue.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I remember that one.
Okay.
That's a scale.
Yeah, maybe we just stay together.
To all of our non San Fernando Valley viewers,
This is becoming that SNL skit. You take the 5 to the 405.
Oh, the
to
California.
whoa! I took the
18.
134 to the 101
Yeah.
and took it to the 170.
Who takes the 101?
To the PCH, to the.
But the 101 hits the 170 and it dead ends into the 5.
Gonna take it
What?
to Sepulveda.
Sepulveda? Why wouldn't you take surface streets? I take
I know
Magnolia.
this sketch.
All right. Anyway,
Sis.
so
Anyway,
That's
we're
60.
here in Lenny's.
Lenny's. So yes,
I
you're
assume.
going. So are you going to the diner or the boarding house, or are you actually splitting up?
Diner.
Diner. I'm insisting we all go to the diner because we all. 3 of us need to hydrate ourselves.
And you don't want to lose track of 2
I have a
plastics.
question though. Since I can change my attire,
Absolutely.
does it include accessories?
It includes accessories that are just on the sort of illusory clothing. It's not
So
stuff
I
you can
cannot have an umbrella.
You can have an umbrella, but you can't whack anybody with it.
Do
I just want it for
mannequins-
the shade.
I'd say that's fine. Do mannequins? Yeah.
Do mannequins understand and experience naked shape? If she walked around naked, would it bother? Obviously, it would bother other people, but would it bother her or
I do
I
not.
mean, there's
think
people it
we,
wouldn't bother. It's up to each individual mannequin.
Okay.
We are not correct on there. Not anatomically
Ken doll
correct.
smooth.
We
Got
don't
it, yeah.
have genitalia. is what she's
And no
getting.
nipples
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
either.
No.
Yeah, I got it.
The male
Yeah.
ones.
That's
have
some
boring.
do.
no
It depends
female
on-
presenting mannequin nipples. Okay, so as you all
Jesus.
head into the diner, I will say that because this is kind of a go ahead. No, because this is a farm town, everybody eats lunch early, so this is actually kind of late. So the diner is not hugely populated. There's kind of there's a kobold, kind of like behind the counter, just kind of like wiping it down and sort of like stacking some plates, and sees you all come in and goes, "Oh, hey there. Well, come on in.
No.
Thank you.
Hi, what'll it be? My name's Lenny, apparently. Nice to meet you guys.
If I was just a chain of Lenny's, I've seen. Whatever. Just give me a coffee or something.
Do you happen to have ice
Want
cream,
to
my
guys-
good
hydrate and
man?
you order a coffee? All right.
You want to sit at the bar here, or
Sure.
are you gonna sit at the bar? That's gonna be easier on me having to run around. You're gonna So yeah, he kind of he'll coffee. Anybody else coffee?
Do you have ice cream, my good man?
We have some ice cream, sure.
I would love a coffee, actually.
Coffee. Oh, okay. He'll pour a couple coffees, Duchess.
Does coffee affect me at all?
I mean, it'll you can drink it. You can,
I just would like a water, with a lemon slice, and a lime slice, and a kiwi slice, and a banana slice, and just
And the little umbrella.
whatever fruit you have. Put a slice on the side of the cup of the rim.
It's just the ring.
Yes, for-
It's just a ring of
Yeah.
fruit slices.
Lenny grabs a cup and sort of puts some water in it and kind of looks at you, and he puts a lemon on it. He puts
Slice.
a maraschino cherry.
Mhm.
And do they have bananas for banana splits? They don't. Then he puts one piece of, I'll phrase it like this. He puts a piece of like melon, like cantaloupe or honeydew, that's as gray as it would have been if there was still color.
Cool.
And just kind of sets that on the side of it and sort of slides that over to you. He'll pour a couple coffee. Sha'Nehl, are you having anything?
I'm fine.
Can I have the maximum amount of scoops of ice cream you'll give me?
Well, I mean, if you're willing to pay for them, I can. Do you want all the ice? Are you asking for all the ice cream I have?
Well, I mean, how much will you give me?
I mean, I'm a businessman, sir. I'm
How much
here
is a
to
carton then?
Well, let's see here. He looks back at it. He kind of goes to his freezer and says, "Well, I suppose I could probably get about 80 scoops out of that. So that would be
That's a big carton. Jeez.
that'd be about I guess that'd be about 5 gold."
Okay. Let me dial that back up.
He's got like one of those, just like
I fear you may have misheard me.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting the like.
yeah, he's got like no, he doesn't have like a grocery store carton. He's
Guaranteed
got, like,
business if someone really
Yeah.
wants to eat that much ice cream, so he's gonna.
he'll sell you the carton, no problem.
Like I don't know what your sizes are. Is there like a love it size? Like I'm not sure.
Like it, love it, gotta have it.
Supersize me.
Understand.
Yeah.
You just want a big thing. I get you. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Friend.
Duchess is gonna stir the fruit in her glass,
Okay.
and then she's gonna shrink her hand a little bit, and she's gonna punch the fruit in the glass, and she's gonna just one
Okay.
gulp.
You do so. He comes back with a like a chili size. Familiar with a chili size? Anybody? That may not be a thing out here. That's a okay. He brings you
Chili's
like
restaurant?
he brings like a platter that's just full of ice cream. He goes, "Is this? You're sure this okay here?" It's about 10 scoops.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Gives you 10 scoops of ice cream. Oh wait, what flavor did you want?
I mean, you know what flavor he wants.
Let's see if they have it. Let's see if that's what he has.
Yes. I know it's not.
Oh, actually, roll a. We'll say the odds of this are not crazy. Roll a d4.
Okay.
5% chance.
It's 1.
1. It is chocolate ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, it is not. No, I guess if you asked for cookies and cream, he didn't have any
Is there
cookies to put
vanilla?
on it, so he just gives you.
It's fine. I don't need the knockoff right now. I'll just take the regular stuff.
Oh, okay. So he gives you guys your drinks and then just goes back to cleaning some dishes and stuff and shouting at some cook back there.
Alright. So there's no one else inside this Lenny's except for Lenny.
There's a few other people. Yeah, there's like a few people at booths. We'll say there are. Roll a d6 for me, Dominic.
2.
There are 2 other booths with a few other sort of locals kind of finishing up their beverages.
Alright. Well, I am not the subtle type, so I'll tell you. Hey Lenny, you seen any bugbears around here recently?
No?
No?
Have you?
Okay. Well, I didn't. That's why I'm asking around.
Can I incite him?
We're looking for one.
Oh, no, I haven't. I feel like I'd remember a bugbear. Sha'Nehl, you can insight.
13.
13. You sense no deception from Lenny.
But the cook.
The cook, his hand in, pulls out a silencer. No,
Yeah.
Pulls out a gun from the chicken.
You do, however, at a table. Actually, Luminus, you'll probably be the only one who. Well, let me roll for everything all the time. Luminus, I'm gonna say you're aware of it, but nothing about it like really draws too much attention. It's done very subtly. But it's over your passive, but you're vaguely aware of it. Everybody else is just kind of looking. You do notice that
Passive's also 15.
Yeah, but mine's 17.
His is a 17.
Oh, 17 now.
Yeah, and this person has rolled very high. But I'll sort of say that Luminus, you're vaguely aware that one of the other tables, right about now, a smoking one, sort of smoking pretty heavily, stands up. Sort of like stuffs out her cigarette. She's wearing kind of like farmer clothes or whatever, just kind of jeans and a button-up type shirt. She just stamps out a cigarette and like a couple of the others are like, oh, and she just sort of stands up and tosses a couple, some money on the table for them, and she just walks outside.
I will get up and say, well, I need to empty myself real quick. Excuse me.
As I'm like pouring the coffee into my mouth, like without putting it. Yes, you do that. Like, very upsetting.
No problem.
Terrible.
Alright, so.
And I like turn it. It starts like splashing on my face and going
Nope,
into my.
absolutely not.
And I am just walking up to one of the booths directly.
Okay.
Hey.
Do a roll. I'll do it. It's evens will be the booth she left. Odds will be the other. You go to the booth actually, like this woman's leaving, like the door's clanging, somebody's leaving. But you go to the booth. There's a few other just farmers sitting there, just kind of looking up at you like, who's this?
Yeah,
guy?
but I want to try following the lady.
You're gonna step out after her. Understood.
I'll be following Luminus.
I mean, we have no reason to.
Yeah,
Luminus
you
said he's going
want
to
to go to the bathroom with me?
No.
He
But
said he's
you're
walking
going outside. Are you gonna be going to the bathroom on the street?
It might
Don't
be
ask
one
me
of
where
those
I do
weird
my
places
business.
where the bathroom you have to go outside and walk around to the side of the building. That's a thing in farm towns. That's like not even me joking.
Yeah.
Also, I think Luminus peeing on the street might be one of the least weird things he does.
The 2 mannequins are talking about, oh yeah, this is pretty weird, isn't it?
He's
Yeah.
weird. He's quite
Very
outside.
strange man,
This
I
is-
say, as my
This is
mom
actually
pulls
very
out
interesting.
my face.
Dominic, you come over to this table. I'm so happy I've rolled some of the unique ones here. Dominic, you come over to this table and you see sitting there are a couple of elves. And kind of keeping his head down, kind of with a cap on, with your passive 15, you see there is also a mannequin sitting at the table with them.
Too many of these goddamn.
There's been a lot of elves and
This
mannequins.
place is full of plastics.
So I'm just gonna ask, any of you guys seen a bugbear around here? We're looking for one.
Bugbear?
Yeah.
No, haven't seen a bugbear. You're a little far from the city there, aren't you, at work? They all sort of laugh for a second. Yeah, no, not really bugbears and orcs out in these parts.
Well, there's one orc out here, as you can see. There might be one bugbear. All right.
Hey, no problem, no problem.
As
We
you
don't want
were.
any trouble. We're just
I don't want any trouble. I was just asking. if
haven't
you've
seen any bugbears. The mannequin is just sort of like staying low, just like kind of like looking up at you like this is fucking weird.
I look back at the two mannequins. Yeah, this is pretty weird, isn't it? Anyway, I go up to the other booth. Hey, any of you guys seen a mannequin? It's not a mannequin. Bugbear around here?
Yeah, there's one right over there and two at the bar with you. These are also elves. This is all elves at this table. Bugbear?
Sorry, this is elf country, huh?
They just kind of like, no, sorry, buddy.
I understand someone passed through. All right, whatever.
Haven't seen
All right,
any.
no bugbears around here.
Didn't see him.
Hey, where's Luminus?
Luminus, you are outside.
Mhm.
The smoking one is walking down the street. The doors clang behind as you open as you walk out. The smoking one kind of looks back, sees you, and head snaps forward too fast. And she just kind of just starts walking. She's walking.
May I stealthily follow her?
She has seen you, but so basically you're trying to she's seen you. What is your plan here?
What is this street like?
Farm town,
Right.
just big wide main street, kind of
Bright
boring
daylight.
buildings.
Ain't no alleyways around here, friend.
There's
I mean,
nobody-
there are, but they just kind of just lead to the side of buildings. They don't. Yeah, they're.
There's nobody else in the street.
You're gonna hide behind someone else.
No, there's. It's Luminus is not a city street like you're used to. Yeah, it's a pretty empty kind of rural.
Nobody,
sort of-
nobody selling carpets that I can just pretend it's a robe.
No. I mean, if I'll phrase it like this: if you want to hide from her seeing you, that is entirely doable. There's stuff you could duck behind, but to follow her stealthily is like if you were a cartoon like Duchess, I would say you could attempt it and she'd see you, but it would be funny. I would say.
I have so many ideas as to what Duchess would fucking be doing, and I'm so
Pick
mad
up
I didn't
stuff.
go with him.
Yeah, exactly. But so you can either just keep following or you can try to hide from her view and then see where the chips fall.
Sure. I'll try hiding from her until it looks like she's gonna turn a corner or something, and then I'll
Okay.
try going after following.
Make a stealth check. Make a stealth check.
Gotcha. Ooh, that's a 19.
19 is pretty good. You notice she kind of glances back a couple times. She doesn't see you. Luminus, with your passive, I wanted to make you roll this. She kind of goes over to a pickup truck that's kind of parked on the street. She pulls on it. She pulls on the door a couple times. Make an insight roll.
Oh boy. That's plus 14.
14. Her body language seems to be saying, "Right, I don't have the fucking keys." She carries on, looking behind her. I'll let her roll a thing. You rolled pretty high. Yeah, she doesn't sort of notice you. She's just looking behind. You see her go into she looks around. You see her go into the farm supply store up ahead.
Can I make my way to the truck first?
Sure. You creep to the
What are we
truck.
hiding behind anyway?
You see a.
There's
I
a
say he
barrel.
just like jumped behind like a barrel. Look, a conveniently placed barrel.
With a hole where my tail can stick out,
Yep.
but she can't see it still.
So you head to you head over to the car. What are you looking
Is it
for?
like an open bed truck? Or...
Yeah, it's like an open bed truck.
What's on the back?
Some tools.
Just like a toolbox or something?
Yeah, like toolbox and like some shovels and stuff. Farm tools, what one would probably expect.
Can I go to the window of the store and look in?
Sure, if you're going to be stealthing, make another stealth check for that. At this point, yes, meanwhile, Dominic and Sha'Nehl, Dominic is like, hey, where's Luminus? You're all wondering, where people are. That's reasonable.
Can
And
I
he had
go
said
out
he
to
It
the
was-
takes a
street
while
at
to...
this
Ooh, nat
point?
20.
Nat 20.
Yes.
Very well done, Luminus. Sha'Nehl, if you look out in the street and you look around, you do not see Luminus anywhere.
Oh, hides even from us. Whoops.
Honestly, like, what if I'm just taking a while and, like, you just come and I'm, like, pants down, like, ah! Like,
Yeah, you told me that he's going to the
Sha'Nehl
restroom, so
would-
I'm just gonna
would
wait
care.
here.
I would like to just stand somewhere in a shadow, still,
it's
wearing
daytime.
clothes that are
Doesn't
blending
matter if
with the
it's daytime,
background.
it's all
Then
gray.
just
Okay.
stand there and keep eye on the street.
Okay,
Doing
you're
nothing.
you're just looking at the street. Luminus,
Yeah.
you've kind of gotten to the eaves of the thing and you're just like creeping down this giant dragon man. You look into the store, and with your passive, no rolls required, you see this smoking one kind of like nodding, to like the person at the counter, who is moving the phone across the counter. She's picking it up. Rotary dial. Rotary dial. Rotary dial. Rotary dial. Rotary dial. Wait, they
Wait,
have
can I
rotary
see what-
dials
what-
now. Yeah.
Can I see what's, well, I can't hear anything inside, right?
No, you're outside.
What is this store selling inside?
Feed, tools. There's looks like some larger larger threshers and stuff on like parts on display, but they don't have like you could probably buy a thresher through them.
Is there like general medicine or something?
Overalls. No, this is not a general store. This is specifically the farm supply store. There is a general store on the other part of town.
Would it have farm medicine?
I don't know if that's a
horse
thing, but
medicine-
maybe.
Horse medicine.
So you said tools and...
It will have tools, it will have feed, it will have, it'll have farm equipment and supplies.
What's the name of the place?
The name,
Like it just says like...
the name
Yeah,
of
like,
the farm
does-
supply store.
Or like does it say like just farm and supply or...
It really will say farm and supply because it's gonna be like it's not a thing. But it'll say, ooh, I know what it's called. It's called Reputable Farm and Supply. And Agricultural Services. It's a very, and the sign is not evenly spaced to fit it all on there. Reputable
right?
farm and supply, and the and is an ampersand, and the and is spelled out.
Okay. When she's done dialing...
Wait, more, hold on. I'm putting it in Twitch chat, and then I'll put it into our chat. Here's the full name of the business.
Okay.
Oh, they have everything here.
They have sons?
They don't have sons. It's an and sons business. A few businesses merged. An old Murphea, he wanted his son still included on there, even though his name was getting taken off of the building. Anyway, that's the name of it. But rotary dial, rotary dial, rotary dial.
Can he get the number just from seeing how
He-
far is?
No.
You're not there. You're in a shadow down the
Not
street.
not me, but him.
You can't even suggest that. You're not there. In character.
What are you doing, Luminus?
Wait. They have like... You have tools, you said, though, right?
They sell tools in there, yes.
Should I try and... I have somewhat of a plan, but I like...
Understood. Well, I'm saying at this point, she's not dialing anymore. She's waiting.
Okay. When if she's not dialing anymore, I'm going to walk into the store. Well, not walk in. I will kind of not like bust the thing open, but like almost like in a panic, like holding my stomach, like open the store.
Okay.
And walk up to the counter. She's at the counter though, right?
She's at the counter. As soon as you come in, she glances at you, hangs up the phone.
You bitch.
Luminus, what are you doing?
Then if she does that, I'm just gonna give up all pretenses and just walk up to her and just say, you and I need to talk.
You can't read her face. It's just this mass of smoke. It's very hard to read them. It's hard to read their emotional state. She's just sort of staring back at you. Behind the counter is a satyr who sort of says, can I help you? Is everything okay?
Everything's good, sir. I just need to have a conversation with this patron here. Or wait, it was a lady, or I don't even know if it's a lady or not.
It is a lady. It's hard to tell with the smoking one where because she's wearing kind of just farm clothes, but yeah, she is. She's just kind of staring back at you. Well, that's fine, but if she doesn't want to talk to you, I might ask you to leave, sir, unless you're interested in buying something.
Well, is she interested in talking?
She's just staring at you, just not saying anything.
Look, I happen to be looking for someone. I don't mean anyone any harm. We just need to ask some questions.
Big moment for her. She goes, I don't, I haven't seen any bugbears.
Lady, please, you and I both know who we're talking about.
I haven't seen any bugbears. Wait, you can't see her face.
I can't even see eyes or anything.
No, they're just smoke kind of covering the whole space.
Oh, that's unsettling. That's really unsettling.
Press X to doubt moment where they're doing all this facial acting.
You don't see the facial stuff. You can still make insight checks, but they're at disadvantage when it's specifically about like sort of this kind of thing.
Does Star 69 work in this world?
There would not be Star 69.
Damn.
However,
how long has it been now? We've been waiting there for Luminus to come back from the restroom.
He's been gone for like a minute or two at this point. You guys can certainly go looking for Luminus. Luminus, at this point...
Did I see him go into the store, though?
You did not. Luminus stealthed to that store, so you did not see him at that awning. Yeah, his natural 20 was a disservice to his, he's not really in any danger. She was just going to make a phone call, so she didn't go to her base or anything. She says, "Yeah, a bugbear. Yeah, there's a bugbear. Go to the farm. The back house of the farm where I work. That's where she is. You can wait for her there."
And where do you work?
The ttrpg ranch. Just go to the back building of the ttrpg ranch. You can go there and look for her there. She's there.
I do not have any spells to help me in this situation.
This is
sad. But is the shop owner giving me the side eye right now, or?
Yeah, the satyr seems uncomfortable, but now she is talking to you, so the satyr's kind of are either of you gonna buy anything? Because if not, maybe take this conversation outside, or not. but maybe just, kind of, I don't know. She's just, yeah, go to the ttrpg ranch.
Is that how you're gonna play it? Because I can tell. All right, if you don't want to tell me where she is, then fine. I walk outside.
Okay.
I have half a. Do I really want to do this?
What are you thinking of doing?
I'm thinking of going full Big Lebowski and just, this is what happens to the truck.
When you fuck a stranger in there?
So
When you
Sha'Nehl.
find a stranger in the Alps?
Yes.
So Sha'Nehl, you do see Luminus on the street looking like really mad.
Now there were tools in the back of that truck. That
Yes.
I think I should intercept him.
Did he actually walk outside without stealthing? And
I'm not stealthy walking outside.
so Sha'Nehl, straight down the street, Sha'Nehl can see him now.
Okay.
As a side note, I'm really into how many times we reference Big Lebowski in this game. I want to put that out.
It's
one
one of the
hand-
quintessential neo-noir films, so it really makes
Absolutely.
sense.
Yeah.
Really
One
ties the
hand,
room
I
together,
just
you
want to
know?
knock on the door of the diner to get the others'
yeah.
attention.
As I leave
Like-
the place, I say,
What, is he out there?
And
Did
then
he
you
I-
might want to
listen
take a look at your truck.
That just goes
Hurry up.
outside.
As I walk
Oh,
into the truck.
As you go out, you do with your perception, even as the door's hearing, you hear going, it's not my truck, it's not my truck, it's not my truck. Luminus, you begin walking to the door. Sha'Nehl, you start knocking on, the truck is closer over there than it is to this place, probably because they were going to do some shopping after they ate and loads stuff in. So, Sha'Nehl, you see him walking to this truck. Now, also, Sha'Nehl, Sha'Nehl, make an insight check.
Uh, 11.
Sha'Nehl, I'm going to say, though, you can, knock on the door to say, I see him coming out of somewhere. That's fine. I don't know that you're necessarily moving toward him, simply seeing him walking angrily out of a building. Or if you can move towards him, but you're not, racing towards him.
I'll just step out, you
can certainly be, beginning to move, and you've, knocked and say, oh, he's over there. But Luminus, if you're going to grab something out of this truck and you're going to start hitting it, nothing is going to prevent you from doing that at this moment.
Okay. Then yeah, I will grab.
So
I will grab a tool.
So Sha'Nehl, you see
no.
him move to this truck. You see the door bursting out as this smoking one is running after. It's not my truck, and then you now do see Luminus picking up a shovel. And are you going? Are you?
No, I said, last chance, lady. Tell me. You better tell me.
This screaming does attract the attention of the people whose truck it is, who Sha'Nehl just knocked on the window, so they're all kind of looking out. And one of those elves with the mannequin is like, my truck, and begins standing up and moving. And Lenny's like, is anyone gonna pay for anything?
I'm
So
still sitting at
they're
the table, by the way, enjoying my coffee.
Yeah, you guys are all at the bar, so you're just drinking at the
Duchess
bar.
is getting up and
Duchess
going
is
to-
moving, kind of now there's a thing.
He's
at the door,
my
some people
employee.
don't.
I'm a supervisor. God damn it.
Luminus, please
Where is everybody going?
Luminus, please make an intimidation check.
Okay.
She has rolled.
How many of us are proficient in intimidation? Because I'm expertise in intimidation.
I have nothing in
No,
intimidation.
I'm
It's just my
not.
charisma.
I
Okay.
am proficient.
Okay, I am gonna cast double down on this one.
I have persuasion, but
Performance.
So we
for
have
some reason.
bad cops here, and we have good cops down there.
Hey, I tried being good cop, alright? She didn't.
You tried very hard.
I was asking nicely, like, yo, let's have a conversation.
That's your idea of asking nicely.
I'm really into it. No, go ahead. Yeah. No, he
She's
tried
like,
his
I don't
best.
want to tell you.
He
All
did
right,
his
then.
damned best. He did. Yeah.
I asked
Luminus.
nicely.
What
Let
do
me
we-
talk.
What does that get
his
you to?
best.
With the double down, what's that get you to?
With the double down, that gets me to 14.
I basically was just having her make a wisdom save against whatever you rolled.
Is it
She
14?
rolled a 12. So as you are brandishing this, she does say, she's at the mission. She's at the mission.
That's what I said. She
Well,
would
that's
do
all I
that.
wanted to know. Jeez, man, lady.
You're enjoying your coffee, Leo.
Be quiet.
Gee,
Uh,
That's all you had. That's all you had to say.
At this point, sort of like pushing down the street, kind of like Sha'Nehl's coming to you.
Yeah.
Duchess is behind. Like these elves are running, and like
Yeah.
you're now just dropping the thing and moving away from the truck.
Yeah. And now I'm pulling pulp. Just that's all you had to say. Jeez.
I go and say, I walk outside. What the fuck's going on, Luminus? What the hell?
Oh, she's at the mission. I found out. It's no problem.
And one of the elves is like coming up in your face and like, what are you doing to my truck? And like pushing you.
Wait, your truck? This is her truck.
The hell
She
it
told me
is.
it was her truck.
She's like, no, I didn't.
She tried getting into your truck. She was gonna.
She works with me, but it's my truck.
I mean, she was gonna take off in it.
You were about to hit it with a shovel. Dominic, Sha'Nehl, Duchess, everyone's over there at this point except Leo, who's still drinking coffee.
I'm just poking my head out. I was like, is something going on?
Absolutely not. No, please enjoy your coffee.
All right, and I'll go back inside.
I'll
Duchess
just
will
drag-
kind of get in between them ever so gracefully, but
Your employee was being rude to me.
and
Okay.
chestily. And Duchess will just kind of say like, you know, oh, it's just one big, huge misunderstanding. I'm sure my
Maybe
friend.
two huge misunderstandings.
Luminus,
Here
I'm sure
is
he's-
this
I'm not doing
gentleman's,
that. That's not me doing that.
That
I
is the
am-
gentleman's morality saving throw. So,
What does it mean?
it
It
means
means
it means
he's
that
looking at two.
it means that he was
big
definitely
misunderstandings.
breastfed as a child. So he just kind of.
Alright.
I'm sure this was one
Uh,
large, soft misunderstanding, and
Seeming misunderstandings. Bouncy.
Alright.
and I just feel like there must
We
be,
could really
you know,
just bounce
you
back
can
from
really
this.
just forgive us. You know, we're new in town. We're not from around here. It's so hot. Things just got a little out of control.
We got
I'm
a
sure
little
you
heated,
understand.
you might say.
Yeah.
Can I whisper to her? I'd like to whisper to her. Ask them for a ride to the mission.
I would like a second mouth and like face to come out of Duchess's head and be like, "This is not my first rodeo." And, yeah.
Are you trying to backseat?
So basically,
Negotiate
this
your
guy
Sha'Nehl?
is just like
Backseat seduce.
yeah, all right, no problem. It's okay.
Oh, you are just so kind. That must be what they talk about with, you know, all this like, 1,000 oak million oak hospitality. It's just
Yeah.
legendary. Really, I get it.
We're just good.
You
salt-
sure
salt of
are.
the earth
Yeah.
people.
I just.
Luminus, you do notice that the smoking one is running, just down the street. He's
Is she
"Yeah."
running toward the direction of the mission, or?
No, she's just like running kind of off, like just trying to get away from you to get away from all of this.
You know, in all this confusion, I forgot to ask her name.
Her name?
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh. That's just Lisa.
Does she have a last name?
Probably.
Makes sense. Yeah. So smart. I bet you just.
Anyway. Alright, employees. Let's get back. We've got what?
Oh,
Are we
she's
done
at,
here, Luminus?
yeah, she's at the mission. Mission
Alright,
accomplished.
cool. Let's pay for our drinks and then be on our way. Before all this shenaniganery gets even worse.
Sure thing.
All right. The guy's like, yeah, no
Do I have
problem.
to pay for my water?
You did get the fruit.
That's
I got-
interesting. You know what? We'll say there's not a full-on drought, so no, the water was gratis. That's fine.
Nope.
For everything
the-
else,
the
just
slices
we'll
of fruits.
just say it's all Luminous. Yours would have been a silver, I guess. Everything else is
Okay.
everything else is a copper for your coffee. For those people who got coffee, it's fine.
Oh, you're all back. What are we all doing out there?
That's what I want to know with Luminous, but we've got... Apparently she's at the mission, so... There
oh
we
my
go.
god.
Oh, well, I mean, I could have told you that.
No, you could have given us a supposition about that.
Yes.
We need to
but
corroborate.
An educated supposition, of course.
There's a little thing in the gumshoeing business that's corroborating our evidence here. I'm sure you
We don't
scientists
make
know
it-
little things
you
about
are
peer
the,
review. You scientists
doesn't
know a
make
little bit about peer
assumptions.
review, don't
Peer
you?
review.
Well,
You are the expert, my friend. I will do that.
well, on that note, as you now seem to sort of pay your bills here and have a destination, we will bring tonight's session to a close. It is already after 10 as well, my goodness, but time flies when you're having fun and tricking idiots. So good stuff from everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like what we do, please follow our channel. If you're able to subscribe, that would be appreciated. You do get a free Twitch subscription if you link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get one free every month. You got to use it every month or refresh it every month, all that good stuff. Please use it here or somewhere, because as long as they don't keep it, you're somehow justifying the exorbitant cost of a product called Amazon Prime that makes you spend more money to buy more things. We have other games, such as Blood from a Stone on Fridays at 7:30. That's a horror game, also Noir right now. Super fun stuff. Although our most recent session of that was very 18 and up only. Things got pretty raunchy at the at a show that is not for the faint of heart. On Sundays, we have Here Be Dragons, a game about dragons. They're currently in a domain of dread, exploring some temples and pyramids, and it's super fun stuff. And then on Mondays, we have Temple Flight, where they are currently, where we're gearing up to see a showdown between Terminator and Judge Dredd. That's all I'll say about it. It's a fairy tale, but Terminator and Judge Dredd are in it. And Terminator is a nutcracker, and Judge Dredd is a KJ. So, like, right there. Yeah, that's all the fun stuff we have. Thank you everybody so much for watching our silly crazy fun here. We super appreciate it. We love when you spend your evenings with us. And until next time, I will end with the interesting catchphrase for this game. Good night and good noir. Bye-bye.